He's here, everyone. Morning to you all. Hope you're all well. The Amstel bloke's in town, got the Amstel shirt on, the Amstel background. Perhaps he's ready to be having it large this weekend. Hello, Sheriff. How are you? Morning to you, mate.
Well, good, mate. You knew I was planning this, mate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Work has felt lovely. I got to work tonight, mate.
Oh, it's tonight, is it?
I might be on nights for a bit now.
So a little sort of slinky day off before you go to work tonight, then.
Yeah.
Why not, indeed? Why not, indeed?
Well, I thought, seeing as I ain't got nothing to do.
Charming.
Well, I haven't, have I? Normally I'm at work by now.
I ain't got nothing to do, so I thought I'd join you.
Yeah, well, there you go. No, but normally by now, mate, I'm out in a spot where you got no mobile signal. The satellite thing's in the corner of the phone, so I can't even watch.
It's all right, mate. I'm only pulling your leg.
Yeah,
mate.
I know, mate.
Lovely to see you, mate. Lovely to see you.
It's all good. It's good to be here, mate. I guess.
The old, what do you call it? The TGIF stream.
Yes. I couldn't think what to call it, mate, so that had to do.
That's fine. That's fine. So, listen, what you've been up to, Sheriff? Let the fans know what you've been up to. What you've not been about. I mean, obviously work, but I've heard a rumour you've been joining things and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, Mr. Butler's created. No, I'm not the greatest with technology, as everybody knows, even though I claim I'm the head of it. Mr. Butler, Sean Butler, has created something called the Spurs Hub.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
And I believe it's for YouTube Spurs creators.
Yeah.
So we're all in one place, and we can all Can we interact on there?
Yeah, I think people can chat on there. There's a chat.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate.
Chat thing on there that integrates everyone. Everyone can see what's on live at a certain time and all that sort of stuff. So, and it just enables all the channels to, I don't know, not necessarily, I think integrates the wrong word, but everyone can get hold of each other, and sort of bigger channels can have smaller channels on their streams and vice versa, obviously.
Yeah.
So, it's just all about communication, I think, to be quite honest. But, very good.
Yeah, because do not be like me if you go searching for it. Put it in Google, put the Spurs Hub in there, and it comes up as the Spur Hub, and you get loads of stuff to do with horses.
Ah.
It's that auto thing, isn't it? You know, when you start typing it in, you get the suggestions.
Mm.
And I definitely put the Spurs Hub. Press the whatever you press at the bottom, the arrow button or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Spur Hub come up, and I couldn't find it.
No, I just typed it in. And scrolled down one from the top one, and it's there.
When I actually put it correctly in the search bar, it was the top one on mine.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, and you just sign up with your email.
You've done it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and it gets you to verify your email. I haven't signed the channel up to it. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, Sean, I don't know about that. Obviously, Sean added us to the YouTubers that are on there. And you've signed up on the old email thing, you know?
Yeah,
so,
only my personal email. I don't know about getting the channel on. No, ain't got a clue, mate.
It is what it is. I think, like I say, I think Sean's added it anyway, which is it shows when we're on, which is
yeah. If you go on there, it's like a list of videos.
That's right, yeah. And what happens is whoever might be on, or whoever's the latest video, it will go to the top.
Yeah, it's at the top.
So like our one should be up the top now because we're live. Yeah. So anyone who clicks on the hub could see that we're live, whether they're subscribed to us or not. And if they wanted to come in and watch, they can. And if they want to subscribe, obviously they can subscribe. And that's that's how it's meant to be. Because like you said, you signed up to it. Yeah, so you'll be able to comment on anything that's going on in there.
Well, I can see, because there was channels on that, mate, that I'd never even heard of. I didn't even know existed.
No, oh well, there's loads, isn't there? If there's 48, I couldn't name you 48 or whatever it is Sean's got on there now. That
to be honest, I can name about maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe a few more
10,
than that, but nowhere
15,
near 40.
20 maximum. I could name Tottenham channels.
Yeah, well, there you go. We're in it to win it.
Yeah.
You've sorted it out, so you better get in and say a few hellos, mate, as you're here this morning.
Oh, right. Now, see, I couldn't believe what time this message come in. 5:10 a.m. this morning.
It's Pete, isn't it?
Well, I'll let you know later that time does exist, but I didn't even realise that existed in the morning. I thought that them few hours was missed out on the clock.
No, Pete was in. Big up, Pete.
Was in.
Yeah, he's at the pop out. He's on the bus going into Bournemouth. Big up, Pete. And,
yeah, big up. I'm going to have to come and see him one day. I'm going to have to come down and see him. It's only down the road from me.
It's only down the road, isn't it? Get down there and see him. What's the matter with you? Have a beer with him. There you go. I'm going to meet up with him in London next week.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. It's the Four Nations March next week. So he's going. So I'm going to, obviously I'm going release. So we're going to go down there next week, get the train and be patriotic, I think the word is, Mark, as, you know, is what it is.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. There's nothing wrong with a bit of patriotism.
There you go. There you go. Big up, Pete. Anyway, I hope you're well, mate.
Yeah,
and
up, Pete. Oh,
the delectable Kate's in this morning.
I'll leave this to you, mate.
I'll give you the hug, Kate. There you go.
So will I.
There you go. Double hug this morning, Kate. Double hug.
As I'm a guest this morning.
There you go. It's all part of the show now.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the same as it's cloudy here, by the way.
Oh yeah, we forgot the weather forecast as well this morning. Let's put it right out the window, innit? I'm not getting up to look, but I did check the weather last night and it said it was going to be sunny between about 8 and 11 and then it's going to become overcast in the afternoon. It looks quite bright at the moment, to be fair, out there. But
it's brightish here. But just cloud. There was a bit of sun when I got up. That's it's sort of sunny intervals sort of things.
Do love a bit of sun, Sheriff. Okay. Won't be long now. 5 weeks.
5 weeks, mate.
5 weeks. We're off to old, what's it called? Albufeira. Oh, yeah.
Week of sunshine.
Looking forward to it. A week of a sunbed.
It'll probably be a monsoon when we're there for that week.
A week of sunbed, sunning this Adonis.
You speak for yourself.
Body. Perhaps not.
You speak
I'll
yourself,
be in the sun. Don't worry about that. I'm a sun worshipper, mate. So, when you lot are nursing your hangovers and laying in bed till 11 o'clock in the morning, I'll be out on the old sunbed, mate, burning myself.
I don't know what you mean, mate. I don't drink.
Yeah, all right.
Right, let's see who else is in. Jane's in.
Morning to you, Jane. Hope you're well this morning, Jane. Nice to see you in.
Morning.
Big up to you, Jane.
Yeah, Jimmy's in.
Big up to the Hotspur, Jimmy. Hope you're well,
big
mate.
Up, mate.
Oh, for everyone who's interested, the picture's back. Just thought I'd let you know. The one that got battered when I had me tantrum when something went wrong in a Spurs game and I launched my chair at the wall. So I found a frame and the old ground's back up again where she belongs. Yeah. So there you go. And I promise I won't launch the chair at it again because it didn't.
I'm doing all right at the moment, mate. There's no reason to go launching chairs.
No, yeah, I know. It was it is what it is.
At the moment, you got to remember this is Tottenham, so it can happen at any stage.
Teddy was disgusted, mate. Absolutely disgusted that I'd launched the chair at the Tottenham picture, but there you go. It's sorted now.
He's still there, though, mate. I thought he might have had to sleep on the settee.
Who, Ted?
Right, yeah,
he's all right, mate. In the corner over there.
Yeah, but he wasn't that disgusted that he had to emigrate to the sofa in the living room.
No, not at all. No, I promised him I'd get it fixed, mate, and he said I'll stay here then. There you go.
There we are. Right, let's see who else is in. Stu's in.
Big up, Stu. Morning to you, mate.
Morning, mate. Morning.
You're well,
Big
Stu.
up. Morning. Oh, I don't know who this is. No, this wasn't even me.
Oh, that was me. That was definitely me. Earlier on, smash that like button if you don't mind, and anyone that just hasn't subscribed, hit the sub button. 5 away.
I did see this, mate.
5 away from 1,200.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It don't seem that long ago. We were 5 away from 200.
There you go.
Probably a year, I'd say.
Yeah, it's flown by, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely flown by. But there you go.
Who else is here?
Lee's in this morning. Big up, Lee. Morning to you, fella. Hope you're well.
Big up, Lee.
Hope you're well.
Oh, Rodney's in.
Morning, Rodney. Morning to you.
Hey.
Hope you're good.
The big Benji.
Yes, we could speak on Deserby. Morning to you, Benji. Hope you're well, fella.
We certainly
could. I say, give us a text. Give us a text, Benji, and we'll, you can always jump on Benji as a guest. Lots of people do. Have your say, mate, and all that sort of thing. But let me know, Benji. You're more than welcome to come on one morning, mate, if you fancy jumping on. Big up to you.
Wembers is in.
YouTube morning, member. Wembers.
YouTube member.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know if we've been able to cope with last night. Who knows, Wembers? We don't care. We turned them over. That's the main thing. Give us a chance.
As I said, it's a squad game. So whatever team they put out, it's their squad. So that was a Villa team.
There you go.
I don't give a monkeys. We got 3 points. That's all it. End of story.
Listen, Forest made 8 changes the next night or whenever it was that they played, and they beat Chelsea 3-0.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
did you watch that game last night?
No.
I thought Forest were very poor. Very poor. Villa trounced all over them. It was all Villa. I never watched all of it, but
yeah. The bits that you did watch.
Yeah. Villa was all over them, man. Oh, here we go. Marianne's in.
Morning, Marianne. Hope you're well this morning.
Yes. Original YouTube member.
And it is Friday morning, everyone. It's Friday morning. And make sure, like I said yesterday, you all live your best day. Yeah. Every day. Live your best day.
Every day. I know stuff happens in life, but you just got to brush off and get on with it. It
might end up being a little catchphrase on here in the morning. Look, every day, someone during the show will say, make sure you live your best day today.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important. I think it's important, and it just is. I said yesterday, mate, I think as you get older, you know what I mean? Maybe we should cherish our days a bit more.
I'm starting to realise that, mate.
You
you never know how many you got left.
No, for me, this is part of that because I love doing this. You know what I mean? And I love interacting with the chat and all that stuff. So, I'm just going to keep doing this. This is what I love doing. And as long as you can make the missus happy, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
There you go, and the family and that. So that's all you can do.
You know the rules, mate, don't you? As soon as you get the stare or the knock on the door,
that's it. I know, mate.
Allotment time.
She's very fair, our Lise. She's very fair.
Very fair. Bring me now. That's an understatement, mate.
Well,
Nah, she's obviously never met her, mate, but I've spoke to her backstage and that. Lovely woman.
There you go, mate. I'm a lucky fella.
You are, mate. And can I just say, I think you're batting way above.
Oh, mate. Listen. It's the end of the stream, people. We're off. Batting above. Behave yourself. What's the matter with you? I'm a super stud, mate. I might be 57. Do you know what I mean? But, it is what it is at the end of the day, Sheriff. Like you say, you've either got it or you ain't. And
obviously I ain't.
There's plenty of people coming in calling me handsome in the morning. So what can I say?
No. I'll just turn my camera off then. I'll turn my camera off and
dear. Go on, mate. You carry on. You hit the button. Or I can do it if you want. It's up to you. Yeah, I'll do it.
This is your show. I don't know.
Yeah, Tot
and
Spurs
Deli as well. You missed Deli out.
Who?
Deli.
Oh, Deli. I brought it up and never said anything. Deli, I'm so sorry. Morning, Deli. Hope you're well, mate. Morning, Cookie, he says, with the picture of a cookie. I like it. Big game Monday. Could move 4 points clear. Let's hope so, Deli. Let's hope so, mate.
But that does, just to caveat that does mean that Arsenal will win.
Well, it does, yeah. But, you know, like I said the other day, Mark, it is what it is at the end of the day. I just want Spurs to be safe. You know what I mean? So,
but personally, I'd like a draw in that game.
Yeah, because if it was a draw, it'd be they'd have a point, wouldn't they? So it'd be a 3-point gap, and we've got better goal difference. So really, it's essentially a 4-point gap, and as such. But then that don't give us any slip-up room, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I know, but I just don't want Arsenal to win the league either.
Well, no, but we'll see what's happening. Tot Spurs in this morning. Big up to you, mate. It says, good morning all. I'm painting the front wall and garden fence. Listening to you this morning. Big up to you. I've got a few jobs to do later on up the old allotment. I've been putting off spraying the shed. And then I found out that I picked up the wrong colour to spray the shed.
Was it red or
something? Didn't even realise. Well, no, they do. Ron Seal do about 4 or 5 different colours now. So I thought I'd picked up, you know, the like the copper colour.
Yeah, standard like creosote or.
Yeah. And I didn't. I picked up grey. Like grey. And
that is what it is, mate.
No, I'm not having a grey shed, mate.
It match your clouds.
No, I don't care. I'm going taking it back and I'm getting the old copper stuff, what colour that I wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I do the gate. I've put a gate up as well, the entrance in, so I can spray that as well. And it'll all match up. Do you know what I mean?
So does it come with like a... It's not in a spray can, surely?
No. It's a thingy. It comes in a pump-up thing.
Yeah, like a pump thing.
You pump it up and it's got the spray thingy on it and then just... whatever,
get up the pressure and
that's it.
Spray it about
Yeah, one of them, mate.
Yeah, I understand. World under him.
What's happened here? Will I get banned again today by Pistol Pete? No one's getting banned. No one's getting banned unless people say stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't know what the conversation was.
We don't ban anyone
yesterday because I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. There's mods in the chat, right? So, listen, it is what it is at the end of the day. I didn't see the conversation, and I will try and speak to Pete and find out what went on, mate. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? So, generally people don't get banned in here, right? But if moderators think people are saying things that shouldn't be said, being rude, that sort of thing, attacking the person, not the opinion, that type of thing, then people will get timed out because we're not going to have it in here. It's about talking about football, and people can disagree on what other people say. But like I say, attack the opinion and not the person. And I'm not saying you have attacked the person. That's just the rules of in here.
Yeah,
so it is what it is, man.
Obviously, I don't know what happened. I was probably at work, or I would have been at work. Oh, yeah, morning, Kate. I know you didn't know I was coming on. I know this is a guest appearance from me.
Guest appearance from the Amstel man. There you go. Is that a real bottle there, Sheriff, that you've put there? Is that a real bottle next to you?
Not this time in the morning, man. I'll go to work later.
Oh, it looks like the bottle. No, I'm not saying you're drinking it. No. I didn't know if you'd placed an Amstel bottle there, but it's not. It's in the background.
No, it is. Hang on, I'm trying. See, my arm's disappeared.
Yeah.
But no.
I didn't know if you'd put it there for effect. That's what I
mean. Mine do. The ones I got in the cupboard do actually look like that, I think.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. This geezer's in this morning.
Big up. Big up,
Nige. Morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. And then Deli's come back in and said, morning, Sheriff. No pepper.
Well, she or he, whatever it is out now, isn't it? ACL injury.
Got an ACL, yeah. Unfortunately.
That was just getting off the bus down the high road.
That was all the jumping about she did at Villa. Couldn't believe we played so well in the first half, hopping about and landed funny. Medical team came over. Are you all right, Pepper? Oh, I think I've done me knee. Oh, you'll be all right. Come on. You'll be all right, Pepper. Your leg will be all right. Put her out for weeks and months.
Hang on. And the next comment as well, mate.
Good, Jim. No pothole fixing this morning, mate. He's in here with us.
They're all fixed, mate.
He's done them all. They're all done.
Well, but I'm not actually fixing potholes tonight.
Oh.
Not actually fixing potholes tonight. I think they're grass cutting, mate. I'm not getting involved with that. That's manual labour.
Pete says, bloody hell, Sheriff's in the house. Have a great show, everyone. Just popped in while on the bus.
Well, absolutely. To be honest, I did. That's why I put the thumbnail for this show is the one behind me.
There you go.
Because I had a feeling I was going to be here. I had that feeling.
Excellent behaviour from the Sheriff this morning. And good morning to Tom Kingham this morning. Thanks for being in, Tom.
Big up, mate.
Appreciate it. And as usual, Rod's in this morning.
Big up, mate.
Morning, Rod. Hope you're well too, mate. Stevie D's in, the DJ. Big up to Steve.
Good morning.
Morning to you, mate. I'm going to whack the link in a minute. I just want to say hello to everyone. You know what I mean? And the Sheriff does. And we'll whack the link in and see if anyone wants to jump on. Kudos is the Spurs Hub. What a joke. Morning to you, Kudos.
It's evening for him, mate. He's in Australia, I believe.
Oh, right. Sorry, Kudos. Evening anyway. I don't know. I think the concept of it seems quite good, Kudos, to be fair. I'm sure Sean's put a lot of hard work into it to get it done. And just have to see how it goes, mate. See how it goes at the end of the day.
There's been a lot of these things that have gone on in the past, haven't there?
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
Pete Tong.
Yeah. So I have to see how it goes. Hopefully it all works out for him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, fair play to him for having a go. See what happens. Who's in next? So we said hello to Lee this morning. We have, haven't we? Yeah. Jamie says, I won't be using that. Quite happy with YouTube. Don't need yet another platform. Well, it's only a website, Jamie, at the moment. I don't know if there's plans for it to turn into an app. But just the point of it is that you can go on there and if YouTube are not showing upcoming shows, it will show you on there. So
I was going to say, because YouTube does have brain farts now and again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It does go a bit Pete Tong sometimes, YouTube.
Yeah. But it will show you what's coming up. And if you've got, like, I don't know, just say you had a couple of hours during the day, for example, whereas YouTube might not show the upcoming, the Spurs Hub will.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you was available to watch something between, I don't know, 2 and 4, for argument's sake, if there was anything on live, it or coming up live, it'd show you on there.
Well, to be honest, it's probably not the ones you're subscribed to, because I saw channels online I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's the point of it.
Yeah, I think that is the point, because not everyone's subscribed to everybody else.
No, that's right. That's right. So you get to find other channels, maybe, or you know, you just sift through at the end of the day. There'll be channels that you might particularly like, and there might be channels that you don't particularly like, you know, that you leave alone. So
yeah, I was going to say, like, everybody can watch whatever they like.
But, exactly. It's just all in one place.
The thing I don't agree with them, if you don't like the people you're watching, or the people you're watching, just don't leave anything nasty in the comments. You know, just like don't subscribe to it.
Yeah, Pete, it's all right. You're out and about, mate. Pete, you're out and about. Don't worry about it, mate. It's all good. All right. Don't worry about it. I'll deal with whatever.
I did see that. I wasn't going to bring it up. But
Mark was going to say. Big up to Ghosted. Morning to Ghosted. Hope you're well this morning, fella.
Always in here, from what I've seen.
A users in morning all.
Big
he says. Morning to a user. I was saying last week, you will see why Emery rotated this squad and why Nottingham Forest Football Club will suffer for playing a fully strong squad against Chelsea. Well done, Emery and Villa.
Yeah.
I thought they made a load of changes, a user, Forest. I thought they made like 8 changes against Chelsea and still beat them 3-0. Perhaps I'm wrong. I heard it. I heard someone say that Forest made 8 changes, but a user, you could well be right, mate. I didn't watch it, so the Chelsea game either, really. So
no, I didn't see the Chelsea game. I watched most of last night's, and Villa was on fire. And I know someone that lives in my town.
Yeah.
And he went up. He went to Villa Park with a few of his kids. They're all Villa fans. And I've seen it all on Facebook this morning, and he had a good night. Fair play to him. I'll probably see him in the pub the weekend, and he'll come over. Oh, in the final. I say, yeah, we've been there and done that. Been there, done it. Got the T-shirt.
Got the T-shirt. There you go. Spot on. Morning to Mario. Hope you're well, Mario, this morning. Kevin Hawthorne's in this morning. Big up to you, Kev. Morning to you. Hope you're well, mate. And Totspur says it's UTK. It certainly is, Totspur. Unite the Kingdom. Exactly.
Oh, is that
what it's about next week? Yep.
Yes.
4 Nations March, rally, whatever you want to call it. Unite the Kingdom. Absolutely. Big up to you.
Lee's in.
As usual, may the force be with you.
Come on, you Spurs. Yes.
May the force be with you. Go on, Lee.
Yeah, go on, Lee. Big up.
Here's old Stu boy. Stu boy's in. Big up to you, Stu. Morning to you. He's always in. Always comes in, says, hello, sunshine, or hello, sunshines. Love it.
Big up.
Big up, mate. Lee says, hang on, I've missed one. There you go.
Yes. I read it, mate.
Old Sheriff.
I wasn't going to remind you. You missed that one.
With a beer in hand. Kudos.
Not when I'm fixing pots hot poles. That'll probably, and when would the beer be in hand? Tomorrow. Oh no, we got a show tomorrow night.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning and tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I'll just bring that up while you've mentioned that, Mark. Yeah, so the brunch will be on tomorrow morning, as usual.
I might be here. I might still be asleep.
Yeah, Sheriff's going to work tonight, but he don't know yet that I might do a show tonight. Yeah, I'll see what Lisa's doing later on. Thanks, darling. How are you? You all right? Mrs. is up. Sorry about that. Mrs. is up. Cup of tea. Look, in the old Tottenham mug. See what I mean, mate? Look, in the old Spurs mug. There you go. Absolutely delightful.
Treated like a
yeah, so we've got obviously doing the brunch today. Might do something later on. I'll see how we go. See how busy it is in the Spurs scene later on. Then obviously we've got the brunch in the morning, and then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. we've got we did a nostalgic Spurs show a couple of weeks ago with Ellie and Brian.
Yeah,
Daigle, basically. Letting everyone know that that was watching about their life as a Spurs fan, and going to the ground and what they used to see, and just everything about about them supporting Spurs.
And to be honest, when you came up with the idea, we were in dire straits. The club, well, we still are, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
And it wasn't, when you come up with the idea, it wasn't a good watch. But we just wanted to forget the nonsense that was going on now and just go back in time to when we were good and we did used to win stuff.
So it was all about lifting the mood a bit. Yeah. Everyone was in the doles of, oh shit, we're going down, and so on. And it might still happen, but it was all about just memories, lifting the spirit a little bit and thinking about some of the good times. So anyway, 7 o'clock on Saturday night, Ian Lubin's coming on from the Spurs 5. And as you know, he's got a wealth of Tottenham experience. And I've got no doubt he's probably going to go back to the early 60s, maybe late 50s, maybe for Ian.
I'm not
when
sure.
He first started going to Spurs.
I don't want to do him a disrespecting, like.
No, I think
I don't even know how old he is. I don't want to say,
no, I'm sure he was going. I'm sure he said to me he was going to Spurs in the late 50s. I might be wrong. Could be early 60s. But anyway, Ian's coming on with I think it's Connor from the Whistleblows. His dad, Mike, is it? I believe. Mike and Ian are coming on of similar age. Have got lots of different stuff to tell us about. And we're going to be having some of that at 7 o'clock. And once every couple of weeks, we'll try and do one and carry them on through the summer. And
I was going to say certainly when the season finishes. We might even get one a week, but there's no promises because it takes a lot of organising and getting people to, try and organise the time, especially if I start working nights again, mate.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be a nightmare.
We'll work it out, mate.
It'll be worked out. Even if, you're more than capable of doing the show on your own, mate. So even if I'm not here, if it's like a Friday night or something,
Yeah, well, it's going to be a big show. Lubo's very popular. And so all I will say to you all is make sure you're here Saturday night. And if you're not, try and watch it on playback. And also tell your friends, tell your Spurs mates and family about it. And if they're having a chill on Saturday evening and they want a bit of entertainment about the good old days, tune in. That's all I can say. Tune into it because it's going to be really interesting. Really interesting.
The first one, I really enjoyed that.
It was very good, Mark. Ellie and Brian, very, very good. And bear in mind, that stream went on for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was a long time.
Something like that. Yeah, there was so much to talk about, and it was great. It was great.
Big up to Paul, Big Paul G, if you haven't already. Big up,
morning,
mate.
Paul. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Danny's in. Go on. Morning, lads. Well done for putting in the graft. Subscribe, people. We're trying, Dan. We're trying, mate. Carl's in this morning. Morning to you, Carl. Hope you're well, fella.
Big up, Carl.
Tony's in. Morning to you, Tony.
Big up, Tone.
Morning, Tone. Well, mate. Good morning to all in the chat, he says. Big up to you, Tone. Yeah.
Big up, Tone.
Could be a revisit next week, Tone, round 3.
Yeah.
Could be, Tone. You never know.
F-Sang. Are you down that far? There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Big up.
Big up to you, F-Sang, and to Colin Cross as well. Colin Fonzamano. Hope you're well this morning, Colin. If we win Monday, I don't think you need to apply for your visa to cross the bridge next season, boys. Aye, Colin.
See. As you know, Colin.
Another year of being Walesless.
Yeah, it's not a million miles for me to go there.
No,
I've only got to get to Bristol, and it's up a bit further and hang a left.
Kate, I'm not happy, Kate. How can you say that, Kate? What do you think I do when I go up the allotment, Kate? I think I sit in the shed and just smoke and look at my phone and stuff like that. You're right.
I
Kate.
know.
I know.
What? No, I'll tell you something.
I do bits, Kate. I do bits.
I'll tell you something you do is walk around making videos on Nanny and Grandad audits.
There you go. Loads of videos over there about the allotment.
I've seen them, mate. I've seen them.
Get over to Nanny and Grandad audits, and you'll see the progress on the allotment from day one. There's a few videos on there. So yeah, it's quite interesting, to be fair. If you like that sort of stuff, a lot of people don't, but why not post a video on your progress? at the end of the day. And to let you know as well, obviously, Nanny and Grandad Audits really is Lisa's little channel, what she does a thing on. And she's only 3 away from 100.
Is she? Get over and sub to her.
There you go. Nanny and Grandad Audits, all one word. It's basically my missus' little thing that she does at the Allotment. And yeah, she's 3 subscribers short of 100 subscribers. So
yeah, all I've got to say though is I've watched every one of them at the Allotment. I've still seen no tomatoes.
The tomatoes are in the greenhouse in pots. When we go up later, I'll do a video, and just for you, Sheriff, I will show you the tomato plants. I'll tell you what there is. There's a beautiful aubergine plant that Lisa found at B&Q, right? That hadn't been looked after whatsoever. And you know, like when they put stuff up to try and get rid of it, and they'll put it at a third of the price or whatever. Well, Lisa's very good at saving stuff, as in, like, if something's dying, she'll try her best to get it going again. Anyway, she's got this aubergine plant, repotted it, stuck it in the corner in the greenhouse, and all the aubergines are coming up now on it. And it looks really cool actually. It's only so big. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, she saved it.
And
she saved it.
Since you're talking about gardening and that, there's a comment there for you.
Oh, what is it?
Creosote.
Creosote and used engine oil is what I paint my fences with. Not that new creosote either. The old stuff. Fence will never rot out above ground. At least post will always eventually rot. Yeah.
Do you know, one of my memories when I was a kid is the stink of that creosote. People out painting their fences with it and putting that, well, there might have been creosote, that sort of dark tarry stuff all over it.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah. I know what stuff you mean. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. It's mad, really. We've got an allotment. I'm not DIY-ish at all, but I've learned a lot over the last 6 months. I tell you, putting stuff.
Just trial and error, most of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it is. It is just trial and error.
If you do it and it, you know, falls down or don't work, then don't do that again.
That's it. You got trial and error, like you say, Mark.
Anthony's in. Anthony's in.
Big up, Anthony. Morning to you, mate.
I'm not reading that. Come on, you stuff out. We won't have none of that on here.
Dexter says we're getting closer to the asthma bottle.
Asthma. Well, yeah.
I can't see it now, Dexter, to be honest with you. I think if they're going to struggle in a game, it'll be this weekend against West Ham. They've got Burnley and someone else. Palace, maybe.
Was it Newcastle?
Or was it Palace that got West Ham? I can't remember. Newcastle. It might be Newcastle.
Yeah, it might be. And Newcastle are in free fall, mate.
Played well at the weekend, to be fair.
Here we go. I got to bring that up.
There you go.
Latest score.
Latest score. Sheriff 1. Potholes 0. Si Dancers in. Big up to you, Si. Hope you're well this morning, mate.
Hang on. I'm just going to bring one other. Hang on. What's going on here? I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on. Right, get rid of that. I'm just going to bring that up a little bit.
Only a little bit.
A little bit.
He loves Amstel, full stop, F-Sank. He loves it. Look, he's even walking around with a T-shirt on. There's a picture of him in the background with a pint.
And
a bottle next to him there as well. I mean, I've got a pint over there because we're top Spurs. Yes. Do you know what I mean? We are top Spurs. At the end
and that was for the video you sent me when you was wherever you were.
There you go. Getting me back.
Live from a bar.
Magaluf, I think it was, Sheriff.
Yeah, that's it. Magaluf. Live from a bar. Yeah, Sheriff. Pint of Amstel.
Well, he's at work.
And I was at work.
It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, half 11, something like that.
I saw it and I watched it and I was can you imagine the steam coming out of my ears?
Where are you? Where have you clicked? Oh, you're there, right.
I was up a bit.
Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link in the chat.
Yeah, go on. I'll go on.
There we go. The old link's going in now. Anyone wants to jump on for a bit? We'll start talking about a bit of football now. We spent 40 minutes saying hello to everyone. Morning, Edel. Hope you're well, mate.
Oh, hang on. I missed Guy, I think. Guy's in as well. So, hang on. Guy's in
as well.
Kev's in.
Hope you're well, mate. Big up, Kev.
Big up, Kev.
Shem's in.
Oh, yeah, Shem.
Shem's in. Big up to Shem.
You're better than you're quicker than me. Anybody else?
I'm looking. Corey's in this morning. Morning, Corey.
Big up.
You well. Stevie D's in.
Morning, guys.
Morning, mate. How are you, Steve?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. What you been up to? How are you feeling this week?
Yeah, not too bad, guys. Been a bit of a hectic week, but it doesn't stop. Never stop. So been all right, mate. You missed my comment.
Did I?
Yeah, my slogan comment.
Hang on a minute.
I thought it was pretty good.
I'm on it.
Hang on.
How long ago was it?
How long ago, Steve?
I don't know.
Well, there's a start then.
Did I say hello to you this morning, Steve?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. As long as I got that bit in. Look, guys in with Destiny of Doggy's boots.
Yeah, bro. I can't stay long because I've got a day off work, so I'm off training. But look at these beauties, nice and blue.
So where did you get them from, then, Guy?
Do you know what? I got them off Amazon. Do you know how much? From 60 quid to 15 quid, bro.
Wow.
Right, I gotta go. You guys have a good show. I'll see you later.
All right, mate. You take care, Guy. Thanks for popping in, mate.
Here it is, mate. I've located it. I didn't even see them boots, mate. I was trying to look for Steve's comment.
If you like the content and all Spurs stuff, do us a favour and hit the sub. Aye.
There you go.
There's a slogan. I like
you
it.
You can have that for free.
I might banner that one up, Steve. I might banner that one up, mate. I'm going to write that down, actually. Hold on, Mark. Don't lose that for a minute. Let me just write that down.
All right. Hang on. This is the limits of our technology. Mark is now writing it down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
With a quill and a pot of ink.
How did you know, Sheriff?
Yeah, I know. But that's the limits of our technology, mate.
Hang on, sorry, people. I have to write this down because...
nothing wrong with tradition, guys, I tell you that.
No.
Nothing wrong with tradition.
No, right, yeah, I'm nearly there now. Sorry. Right, I've done it now. I've written it down now.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
There's one more person to say good. Yeah, I was just about to click on that, mate.
Big up, Addis. Morning to you,
Big
mate.
up, mate.
Hope you're well. So, Steve, tell us, Leeds to come on Monday. Everyone else is playing before us. How do you feel the weekend's going to go, Steve?
Well, I'm hoping that West Ham Arsenal do us a favour, sorry. I hate to say it, but I really need them to do us a favour because then at least we know what it's basically between us and West Ham right now. Do you think Forest are out of it?
They not mathematically, but they should be.
They should be.
Yeah,
they should be. I think, to be quite honest with you, Steve, I think if West Ham lose to Arsenal and we can beat Leeds, I think that will probably break them.
Yes,
because it's a 4-point gap then, plus goal average as well. It's a 5-point gap. You know what I mean? And then that means they've got to go and win their last 2 games. And I don't know.
You got Rob Belcher. Sorry, we missed.
West Ham have got Newcastle away, haven't they? And obviously Newcastle last home game of the season, they're going to want to go out with a bang, aren't they?
You would have thought so, mate. You would have thought so. It's definitely going to be an interesting weekend anyway. And
just
going off of that, what did you make of Villa last night, Steve? Did you watch it at all?
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. Wow. Completely did. It's like Jekyll and Hyde, didn't it? So absolutely rubbish against us, and they were like free flowing football last night.
Yeah.
Oh, they were incredible last night. They
were on it last night.
They absolutely annihilated Forest.
Yeah. So yeah, fair play to him. You know, he's won. He's he's been in 5 finals before this, and he's won 4 of them.
Yeah, I was going to say he's the king of the UEFA, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
and it looks like it could be a what's the word I'm looking for? All the teams that are in the English teams that are obviously Arsenal in the Champions League. You got Villa in the Europa League. And who is it in the Conference League? Is it Palace?
Palace.
So you got
it said at the end of the Villa game who I can't remember who Palace are playing in the final. Someone will put it in the chat.
Freiburg?
Might be. I can't remember.
Yeah,
they said 18.
I don't. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. I'll have to have a look. Just that name came to me off the top of my head. I don't know if it's right or not. Freiburg, the German team.
I do know one thing though. Arsenal ain't going to find PSG easy. I'll tell you that now. PSG are just.
They're an handful, aren't they? Proper handful. PSG, like a real handful. When they're on it, they're something special, aren't they? They really are. A very, very, very good team. And yeah, you're right, Steve. Arsenal will have their work cut out, and we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, F-Sank might have come in with. I might have been totally wrong with Freiburg. You know, he's coming underneath that comment. Yeah,
I was just concentrating on this one about.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yes.
Yeah, Rea Vallecano. It could be. So
I'm going to have a look on my phone.
He's going to have a look now.
I will have a look.
Big up, Sheriff. Big up. Same team for Spurs on Monday, Steve, for you, if they're all fit, like he says they are. Play the same team as against Villa.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said the other day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. You know. Kinski should start in goal. It's funny that Vicario's back, but he's not ready yet. So I think we can all take that as Vicario's up in the summer. So if reports are true about Milan and that, he shouldn't be anywhere near the squad because you don't want people playing for you that are off, you know. So which is why I'm kind of glad Ribeiro's out because if he's off in the summer, you don't want him, you know. So stick with the same side, same midfielders, Bentancur, Paulinho, and Gallagher. I would stick the same. You know, because he's had another week with him, hasn't he? So, I like what he came out and said about Archie Gray. Actually, like he's speaking like he could be a future captain one day, and he's going to work with him. And so I like what I'm hearing from De Zerbi every time he speaks. His press conferences, I constantly watch his press conferences. Thomas Frank, I never watched a single one of them, apart from the first one when he said we'll lose games, and I switched off after that because I was like, no, that's
yeah.
But De Zerbi, well, you know. But it all comes down to like we survive. What's going to happen in the summer? Like we said the other day.
Who knows, Steve? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's, I think interesting ain't quite the right. Well, I suppose it is the right word. I mean, so many years have gone by. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of us are sort of numb to it now, and we all hope that it's going to change in the summer, but will it? Do you know what I mean? And that's a little segue to bring Mia in. Morning, Mia. Hope you're well this morning.
Yeah, it's lovely here. Weather report from the southeast coast. It's lovely, sunny.
Beautiful. It's what we like to hear, Mia. At least you're enjoying the sunshine this morning. Big up to you. Mia, go talking about what Steve just said there. Where do you see it going with Enoch?
Well,
staying up or go. Let's go for the staying up part first, because the reason I say that is that over the last few weeks, we've seen players that have been linked with Spurs, whether they're free transfers or whatever they are, on the side of if we stay up, these players say they want to come. Robertson and the Bournemouth lad that plays at the back. So all I'm saying is that where do you see it going? Will we go down the same route and be trying to get them cheap deals again if we stay up, or is it a case of if we do go down, then they're going to have to do something?
I mean, you'd like to think that either way that they're going to try to get players in that obviously that what De Zerbi wants, because that's the main thing in it. It's more about what De Zerbi wants, not what you and I want. It's about what he wants. If we stay up, I still think players will go. I think that getting some more experienced players in isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that can't be all of what we do. I think the fact that we're going to be selling some players gives us scope to obviously try to get in a few players to replace and make our squad a bit stronger. So get rid of those squad players that are weakening the team. And I think De Zerbi has got a good eye for that. Like he's got a history of that. So I'm hoping that they go with what De Zerbi recommends, because that's the main thing, isn't it? It really ain't about, like I say, what you and I want. We might want a player, but De Zerbi might not. He might be happy with a certain player and we might not. It's so many different things. So I just want De Zerbi to get backed either way. That's what I want.
Yeah, fair play. You with that, Steve? With what Mia's saying, obviously. I mean, I'm like, they've gone all out for him and they've got him now. So, see it through and back him. That's where I am with it, and it'll be interesting in the summer if he asks for certain players and if they're just slightly out of the reach of Tottenham, whether Tottenham will take the next step to go and get those players for him. Where do you see it going, Steve?
I 100% agree with what Mia said. Yes, players are going to go that are weakening the squad, definitely. But he says he loves Paulinho, so I mean that should be the first signing, right? The summer,
yeah, correct. Yeah,
make that permanent. With regards to players like Robinson and that, the only thing is Robinson's got Premier League experience, Is it Senesi? He's got Premier League experience. You want to get people in that have got Premier League experience, know the league. And don't forget, we're only going to have like one game a week, maybe 2 games a week when the cup starts coming around. We ain't got no Europe, so you're going to have weeks where he's got time to get his players that he wants in, work with them on the training ground, and. So you're going to have Europe so maybe not being in Europe next year would be a bit of a blessing, because obviously we went in Europe when Ange came and we finished 5th.
Yeah.
So I think you just need to get the players in he wants and then just build and start building something, and keep going with it.
Yeah.
So
Now my thoughts on all this.
Go on,
right?
Yeah.
Since when have Enoch backed anybody apart from themselves? Apart from themselves, they back nobody. Right, and so until we see the evidence, I will not believe any of it. It's like you said, boss. They went all out and got Zerbi in. Now, if you've gone all out to get someone in, surely you've got to try and support them. If he really was your number one choice, then, but there's 26 years of evidence to say that they don't do that and nobody.
Yeah, there you go. Morning,
and as for Andy Robinson, Andy Robinson, I don't want him here. He's too old. He was ripped to bits the other day.
He was. He did get
by Man United. How's he going to improve us?
He did.
I want people to come in that's going to improve us from day one. Not old has-beens and cheap wages like we normally go for.
You go about the old thing though, yeah? Look at Milner at Brighton and stuff. You can say he's old and doing all right for Brighton, hasn't he? Since he's been there.
I'm just saying, he's not James Milner though. He's not the other guy, Robinson, though, is he?
Robertson's a good player, Mark, or was it? He had a bad performance the other day. right? And it was a bad performance the other day. I think he just got ripped at the end of the day.
Getting on now, though,
and
he
Cunha.
He ain't coming in and improving us.
He's only 32. That's not really that old. And think about Davis, same age as Davis.
Yeah. Well, Davis is never going to play for Tottenham again. Davis has done his coaching badges. He'll be kept on as a coach.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's going to come in, Robinson, and be like someone who plays. I think it's coming for experience and somebody older around the team, because I think a lot of people did actually ask for that, did they not? People wanted someone a bit older, someone experienced, somebody who can be a bit more of a guide to the younger players.
Well, to be honest, Ben Davies is there at the moment, so what's the point?
We're going to get, if Ben Davies goes, which it looks like it's more than likely, then we're going to need someone else, right? Like I'm not trying to say it's like the best sign ever, but I don't think it's as bad. Like it's not the worst of what we could get.
All I'm saying is though, that shouldn't be that shouldn't be at the top of the list. Top of the list should be players that come in and make us better immediately.
But if you can get these players on a free and you know they're free, why not get them while you can? Like, why leave them? The point is, it's not about the thing is you say a list, but it's not linear like that in football. There isn't necessarily a list. It's about who's available at that time that you can get. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah, I get that.
It is, I think age is just a number, because we're talking about we want to sign Paulinho, and he's only just younger. So I don't think you can really say age is an issue in football. It's ability.
But to be honest,
ability, quality of the player in question has to come into the factor of the club. We've got so many bang average players. Anyway, Gordon, I haven't been around for a while.
Morning, Corey.
We've just held on to so much tripe over the last 10 years. I mean, Ben Davies has stayed around 7 years, so far too long in this club. We've got at least 15 to 16 players that wouldn't bat an eyelid if they went in the summer. And we just need to get in a core of players that understands what it takes to play for De Zerbi. So maybe keeping Basuma around, because I think Basuma was at Brighton with De Zerbi, if I remember Brighton Street.
Basuma left before De Zerbi turned up.
Oh, right, that's it. But I mean, like the connection there between them two both being at Brighton. So yeah, I rate Basuma, but he just needs to have a manager believe in him properly, and maybe the bad boy attitude to go. We definitely need to keep the midfield free. We definitely need to keep this midfield free of Paulinho, Bentancur, and Gallagher, and loan out Gray and Bergvall, because I just don't rate them. They're just not that great. I'm going to have people slam me for this, but giving a player flowers for one good match against Madrid when the season is over X amount of games, including all competitions. If you're only turning up for one game where Madrid were already through, where were you for the rest of the season?
But do you not think that actually with someone like Archie, he shouldn't have been playing as much as he was playing? So he got chucked in, and also chucked in loads of different positions that he doesn't normally play in. And I do think it's a little bit like unfair, because the fact is that I don't think he should have been playing as much, but we had so many injuries, we had to chuck him in. We're judging him saying that, but I don't think he was probably bought to play as much as he did. If we keep the three that we've got, and then other players get like time where they can develop, if De Zerbi can develop players well, which I think he does, I don't see the problem with keeping someone like Archie, because he can develop players. If he's not playing and expected to play all the time, that's the difference.
Well, that's where the transfer window. That is where the transfer window when we signed him was completely wrong, because we should have signed him with more experienced players as well. But you notice that window where we signed him, that's all we signed, is him and the other youngster.
Bergvall.
We also signed that Ding Suk as well, didn't we? From
big up the Nudge
team, and
big up the Nudge. Big up the Nudge. But hang on a minute. We got a super chat.
Yeah, go on.
Big up Nudge for the super. You didn't have to do that, mate.
Cheers, Nudge. Thank you very much.
Smash like and subscribe to my boys. Much love. I did see your comment where you said, "Just come on in here, Nudge. Your phone will later." Anyway, carry on.
I was just saying, De Zerbi talked about Archie Gray earlier, like he'd be future captain of this club. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere anytime soon, Gray.
Just don't rate him.
I don't
There
know
are
him
better
either.
younger
I
players
don't
out there, and we're going and giving a guy flowers for one good match over how many games this year and last year? One good game in 2 seasons is not that great. Sorry, I just don't rate the kid.
The problem is, Corey, unfortunately, Anthony is right. They've had to play a lot of the time when they're just not ready. Do you know what I mean? We've all seen that throughout, and everyone's right what they've said. You know, a lot of people have said, send him out, send Archie Gray out on loan. They're not going to send a £40 million player out on loan. That is the problem. The other problem is that we've mentioned before, and I think I've spoke to you about this, Corey, before, is there's no football combination anymore, right? The old football combination where youngsters were coming up and they were playing against essentially reserves. Yeah. But, you know, senior players would be coming back from injury. A few youngsters would be chucked in, you know, that were on the skirts of the squad, that type of thing. Since the football combination has gone, Corey, the problem is the jump now is they're not playing against men now. They're playing under 21s and under 23s or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden that jump into the first team, is massive. Yeah. And what happens is you'll see the lads that will get there in the end, whether that's Gray or Bergvall. Some of them, every now and again, you chuck in and they just adjust automatically, just like that, because they've just got it. They're at that level.
Well, it's assimilating to the right level of football. This is what we're hoping for Gray and Bergvall to turn out. Okay, great. All right. I'll give the benefit of the doubt there, but stop gassing them up to be these next big things when there are better, younger players out there.
I get that.
Just big up to Drew Law.
Can I counteract that?
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute, Steve. Hold on a minute.
Big up to Drew Law for the super
Big up,
sticker.
Drew Law. Thank you very much.
We'll have a look on my phone, see which one it is.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Steve.
Right. So when I was stewarding at the Lane from 2010 onwards, right, there was a lot of conversation about a young player called Harry Kane, right? And a lot of our fans and a lot at the club did not rate him at all. They were like, no, you know, he went out on loan a number of times, right? Yeah. Nobody said he was going to be any good. He got let go by Arsenal because they said he wasn't any good, right? But someone gave him a chance in the end, right? And look what happened. Now, I'm not saying Archie Gray is going to be on the same level as Kane, but it just proves to show, like, if you actually give these kids time to develop properly, they could turn into really, really good players. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be the same level.
The works on this one, mate. Leeds United, West Ham have come up with so many of the better, younger English players over the last 40 years compared to what we've come up with, what Man United have come up with.
United, you know, look at his pedigree. Look at his pedigree of family.
What, living off the back of your granddad's name? Okay, great. Fantastic. Go and prove it.
Let me just say big up, Shawnee. Cheers, mate. Hang on, Steve. Hang on, Steve. Just big up, Shawnee. Big up, Shawnee. Cheers, mate. I have seen it. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, Sean. Appreciate it. Go on, Steve and Corey.
The kid's only 20 years old. And he's been tucked into a disjointed side for a couple of years now. He's played over 50 Premier League games for us in different positions.
And how many of those 50 Premier League games has he played well in?
There's some of the games he's played this season, he actually proved more than he did more than some of the most experienced players on that pitch. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that one. You can't take away Polina and Bentancur and say play Bergvall and Gray. That's where we went wrong, dropping that double pivot to play two young players that just weren't going to do it.
Polina wasn't being played and Bentancur's been out injured.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Look at Nico O'Reilly, right? He's come in, right, to Man City. He's been drip-fed into the side, and then, now he's a starter every week.
Well, you've got to look at Man City's actual academy and how they bring their players up. Pepper's been there, 10 years now?
Who?
Those young players that he's brought through, like Nico O'Reilly, Palmer, even though he's at Chelsea, You've got the plethora of English young talent that's come out of Man City alone is ridiculous.
Oscar Bob.
And Oscar Bob, yeah, I mean, there are so many good young players that have made it through them. So many good young players that made it through, like Josh King at Fulham, another very good young player. You've got that young lad at Bournemouth that everyone, Cropey, that everybody loves. I said 3 years ago on another show, Adam Moulton at Blackburn. Adam Moulton's now going to a European
we'll never get him now, will we? We'll never get him now.
I said 3 years ago and got told I wasn't talking about with Adam Moulton, but then again, I'm, obviously watch a lot of football outside of the Premier League. There are young, good players out there. Hinchelwood at Brighton. I would take Bart Vertonghen in goal at Brighton.
I like Alex Scott from Bournemouth.
Alex Scott, and also Izzy Yid. So, yeah he'd fit right in.
Yeah, but the problem is that everyone complains that we don't want youngsters. Everyone's saying that if we get these youngsters in, like what you just said, if we just chuck someone like Walton in if we got him young, he might not have developed to be what he did because of the way we actually had to chuck them in. So that's why I'm saying that you're judging Gray really harshly, because we're actually, a lot of those times we said, oh, we don't want these youngsters. We want to buy them when they're more experienced. So I don't know what people want, man. People want both. Like, they want this player that's young because now he's better, but you don't know he would have developed like that with us.
I watched a lot of football outside of the Premier League. I saw Adam Moulton when he started up through Blackburn, and I saw in him a player. When I look at Archie Gray, I just see a kid living off the back of his granddad's name.
I think you're being really harsh. You're being so harsh to the boy, man. He hasn't played in his position for a majority of the games that he's been playing for us, man. That's really, really harsh. Like I say, if we would have dripped him in like he should have supposed to be, and had managers to develop him instead of chopping and changing all the time, you don't like. The fact is, that's what's happened to him with his development, and that can stunt their development. Like, it does.
No,
if your talent idea is there for a player, you understand if the player's going to be good or not. Even Archie has said his younger brother's better than him. So maybe we got the wrong brother. And the brother's a striker as well. So
interesting conversation.
We probably need both experience and kids. We can't just rely on kids.
Well, the only team that's ever gone off and won it with kids with Man United, and since then nothing. Everything is built up experience.
Man United did not win it with kids. They also had experience in there. If you actually look at their
Neville
team,
brothers, goals. I can list all the players in that Man United team the season they won it.
Please don't try and say like I don't know. I'm of an age where I watched that team myself because I love David Beckham. So don't tell me about that team. But they still had experienced heads in that team. If you go back and look, they actually had a lot of experience. They didn't win it with just pure kids, and they fed them in. Like, they didn't just chuck them all in. They actually they went on loans and come back, etc. So don't tell me that they chucked all the kids in at the same time, because they did have experience as well. Go back and look at that team. I'm
saying the levels of what they had compared to what other teams had were night and day. The Beckhams, the Neville brothers, even though Gary was better than Phil. You had Scholesy, and I still say he's better than Gerrard. So that's just my opinion on that. You just got to look back. If these young players are good enough, they play. I just don't rate us. I just can't rate someone that's only played twice or maybe 3 times in 2 years he's been with us. If you're that good, you prove it week in and week out. Not when Madrid are already through.
How can he prove it when he's been played out of position for most of that time? The majority of that time he's been played out of position.
United played at right back. Leeds United played at centre back.
And that wasn't his preferred position. But that wasn't his preferred position. His preferred position is in midfield. We all know that. That's his preferred position.
That's where he says, but what the manager says is different. Back then.
No, if the manager says, come on, we need you for this position, he goes, all right, Gaffer, because obviously he wants to play and obviously he wants to do what the Gaffer says. So he's not going to turn around and say to his Gaffer, no, I'm not playing for you in that position, is he? Let's be honest.
We take someone like Peter Schmeichel out, go and tell him to go and play up front. Sorry, mate, you're not playing goal today, I need you up front.
Yeah, but that's different with a goalkeeper. But positions on the pitch, he can say that to Archie because he knows he's played there before, but that's not his preferred position. Like, I don't know why you're arguing. Preferred position for a player is what they feel is the optimal place for them to play. If you're not playing him in that position, he's not going to turn around and say, no, I'm not going to play for you today. When he needs him, we're going to say, we need you, Archie, to play in that position, is he? So he hasn't played most of the time in that position. I don't know all this thing about like, Archie's a young guy, man. There's been other players on our team that have let us down majorly, and Basuma, the one you want to keep, has majorly let us down on many occasions. I like Basuma, but you want to keep someone who does the things he does and then messes up on the pitch plenty of times. But you're not sitting here and not like saying all those things about Basuma, man. Like, I don't know.
I say Basuma has messed up, but I'm saying there's a quality difference between Basuma and Gray.
I'll be honest, right? Archie Gray may be a fantastic player in the future. Maybe. None of us know. We ain't got a crystal ball. But at the time we signed him, we didn't need youngsters. We needed experience in the team.
Yeah.
And he's had a harsh lesson. Yeah, is he getting better? Yeah, I think he is. But at the time we signed him, we didn't need him. We needed experienced heads. And that's the only qualm that I've got about signing him and Bergvall. The
only reason why we signed him because Brentford was going for him at the same time.
Yeah. Neither of them were ready, and we needed experienced heads at that precise moment. Now, if experienced heads had come in, as well as Archie Gray and Bergvall, no problems. Because they could have learned, they could have come on, they could have had the 20 minutes here, the half an hour here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Fine. But you don't...
Which is how it should have been, by the way.
Of course it should have been. Of course it should have been. But you don't chuck kids in to a high-pressure situation where 9 times out of 10, there is that one exception, like Wayne Rooney's. Wayne Rooney.
I agree with Tom's comment there. Gray's only good game was against Atletico, and then the Atletico team that was already through. So
when we signed Gray, it's sort of, you can judge a player by who comes in for them. And we were competing with Brentford, and I think that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, we're picking up teams some potential relegation fodder for the last 4 years. Tell, Odegaard, Gray.
Wasn't Bergvall wanted by Barcelona, though? Am I wrong?
He chose us because he felt like he'd get more game time instead of being put in Lamezia.
So
but then if he went to Lamezia, he probably would have learned
hold up, let me speak, please. That wasn't the point. What we just said was, aren't we judging them by who wants them? Well, Barcelona wanted Bergvall, so then... That's what I'm saying. So then what are we saying
and
then?
The reason why Barcelona couldn't really get him because they didn't have the finance.
But that's not the point. That wasn't hold up. Please understand my point. Anthony just said we are judging them by who wanted them. Well, if Barcelona wanted Bergvall, he can't be that much of a crap player, right? That was my point.
Yeah, and then Bergvall chose us more because he had more of a chance to play first-team football instead of being, like I said, put in at probably one of the best youth academies in the world at Lamezia. I feel like he probably would have developed better at Lamezia, to be honest with you. If you're a young player, what you're going to do? Come to the Premier League or go to Spain? That's one of the best youth outfits out in the whole of the world. Learn your trade, get put out load, potentially sold. I mean, Xavi Simons went through Lamezia at the age of 10 or 11.
He might have disappeared though in Lamezia, innit? He might have gone there and then never seen again. With all the players they have coming out of that academy.
Bergvall was very much hyped, wasn't he, PSG before he came. Yeah, go on, McCory.
Sorry, Xavi left because he wanted first-team football so he could prove himself to Barcelona that he's a player. Obviously, yeah, there's a lot of very talented players in that Lamezia themselves. I mean, over the years, you just got to look at the plethora of riches they've come up with. Most of their first team for the Spanish team has come from Lamezia. So, yeah, Xavi probably did get lost along the shuffle, but he still went to PSG, proved himself, went to Germany, proved himself. The kid's only 21.
Not all players are going to do that, are they? There will be players that will just disappear and not make it. Like, if Bergvall went there, he might have been one of those.
There's plenty of players in the past in football that have had hype and then disappeared. Lots of players. The list is too long to go down. Like, he was quality here and then he just disappeared. There has been a fair few that have come from Manchester United that had the high potential, then were ultimately in League Two 2 years later. And then you think about people like Mason Greenwood, nobody wants him, but if De Zerbi brought him in, I'd welcome him in, but, try and keep him on a leash. Make sure he doesn't act up, but he's still better than what we've got. I don't agree with what the guy's done, but he's still a quality footballer.
I could tell Anthony was itching to say something, and as soon as you mentioned Mason Greenwood
I don't want him anywhere near the club. I don't care how good he is. I just don't want someone like that playing for Spurs.
Yeah.
I think the drama it would bring, imagine, because De Zerbi got enough stick for actually just having him in his team. Imagine the stick if we brought him into our team. That would be just too much, man. Like, I think it would just be a really silly thing to do.
It's not worth it at the end of the day, innocent or not. It's not worth it. I know he was never proved guilty of anything, was he?
Oh, we know he wasn't proven guilty of it, but at the end of the day, bad, still quality football player. There's been, over the years, so many players that have gone off and done stupid things and still had a pretty successful career with it.
So you take Mason Greenwood, would you? And Basuma over Graham Bergwell?
I would take Mason Greenwood because he's still better than what we've done.
No, you can't be doing. No, I'm sorry, but guilty or not, we can't. Look, like someone said, De Zerbi got a lot of stick when he came in because he came out and defended Greenwood, right? Yeah, he came in and got a lot of stick, and a half our fan base did not want De Zerbi. I bet you half those fan base are on board now that he's going to get us out of trouble. This is what I'm saying. I don't want Mason Greenwood anyway. I'd take Graham Bergwell over Greenwood any day long, all day long.
But then I'd take Josh King and Coopy over Graham Bergwell. There's the plethora of young players out there I'd take over Graham Bergwell. They would be the very last picks for me. I would take Kinchwood at Brighton all day long.
Based on one season at Bournemouth, you take him over.
Take away the one season at Bournemouth so far, the kid's proved himself in other divisions that are just as tough. What Bournemouth do well is scout good players. We don't scout good players. Simple.
What current status or history?
Over the last 4 or 5 years, if not longer. When was the last real good player we brought in before it all went to shit? Probably Bale.
No, Dele Alli. Are you mad? Dele Alli, man.
Dele Alli, yes.
Ali, Ericsson.
Ericsson
was already a known.
Our Poch team was really good, isn't it? There's a few of them players that actually worked out for us under Poch. We had a really good side.
I'm going to say, I think Mickey van der Ven. I don't think Mickey van der Ven was a bad scouting signing.
He was a very good player, and I knew of him in Germany. So
hold up a sec. That's not what you said. You said about our scouting team, not you, because obviously you know every single player because we're not good enough. But obviously, the fact is that our scouting team scouted him. So actually, that was a good scout. So you can't say that in the past our scouting team has not been.
I'm going to give Ange props for this because he wanted him at Celtic. There's a difference.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. My point is still we've scouted. So what we're trying to point out is there has been good players that we've scouted. So what you just said isn't factually correct.
And a lot of players we've scouted have been completely crap.
Kulu, Bentancur, you can't say they haven't worked out. Madison?
Yeah.
Matters, I love him, but he's always injured.
That's not his fault, though.
Who's scouted them players?
He's got knees made out of shoestring.
ACL injury, I'm sorry. That's just unlucky. ACL, getting that's unlucky.
No, I know all too well about that injury. But there's a lot of players that we tell, he did nothing for 6 months on that loan. Why did we buy him? Odegaard, it's about the best you can get from a relegated team. Other good players out there, we choose Odegaard.
I just think all these young players that they've brought in, right? I think it's all gone to shit. More so since Lang's been here. I've got to say, because I just think he's absolute dog shit.
He's a key problem, isn't he? And that's why Villa
you were mentioning players then like Kulu and Bentancur, being brought in, but who was the DOF at the time?
Paratici.
Right. Now, you've seen that Lang can't work with Paratici. Yeah, Paratici's gone. Lang's still here. Now, I'm not saying that Archie Gray and Bergvals and those type of players haven't got a value to Spurs, as in, we know Spurs like to buy younger players and hopefully hit the bingo jackpot. You know what I mean? And one turns out to be worth £100 million in 2 years' time. And we all know what happens. They end up going to Real Madrid or wherever, right? The problem with Bergvall and Gray and Odibert and Tell, is that they should have been fed into the team slowly, right? Unfortunately, because of injuries and because of sometimes picking them when I don't even think they should have been picked, but predominantly injuries, they've been used a lot more than what they should have been. And I think their frailties as young players, if you like, that are learning the game, were shown up a lot of the time because of their inexperience. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Exactly, mate. Exactly. You just summed it all up. They weren't ready. No kid is really, unless your name's Wayne Rooney or
Michael Owen.
But the vast majority of kids are not ready, and they should be integrated slowly. 10
but
minutes.
This is the indictment of the club of where we're at, though, right? Because for us to, yes, all right, they should, like you say, they should have been drip fed in, like been around experienced players, right? And we should have brought more experienced players. I get that. I totally understand that, and they drip them in slowly, yeah. But the fact that they've had to play X amount of games, right, to cover for the board's incompetence and injuries and stuff like that, yeah, I can't see how like they keep getting a bad rap in the fact that they've been asked to do a job, so they go out there and do it, yeah, get exposed, and then just get slated.
I don't agree with them being slated. It's not their fault. They're not ready.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. So I can't literally sit here and go like Gray's crap, Bergvall's crap, yeah, because they're young players at the end of the day. They're in there like someone's like 19, 20, yeah. They need time to be developed properly in a team with more experienced players, yeah. Bring them on with like 15, 20 minutes to go. Don't keep starting them. Don't keep relying on them on every women week. Yeah, and this is why I hope De Zerbi stays for the 5 years and he has time to develop them properly.
The thing I'll say about it is, it's not their fault. Especially Gray especially, it's not their fault that he was bought for 40 million quid.
No.
Right now, that is the board's incompetence for not bringing in experience and leadership that we were in desperate need of, and trying to rely on kids.
A lot of this has to go down to the failings of our academy. Since King, Campbell, Kane, how many top quality young players have we really brought through in 30, 40 years? Not many.
Kane was the last one, wasn't he?
Kane was the last one, but when you're thinking about Sol Campbell, King, two quality centre backs. I know all of us Spurs fans hate Sol Campbell, but you can't deny that guy came through our youth ranks. King, he is the legend of the team. He is really the modern day legend for us.
Sol Campbell was a better captain for Spurs than Romero is.
Sol Campbell pissed me off because when he left, we could have had King and Campbell, because King was only right behind him. King and Campbell would have been our two centre backs, and that really pissed me off, especially since he went on and whatever he did with that lot. But like, Campbell was a hell of a player. I've never denied it. I hate him. I don't like him, but he was a hell of a player.
I can take my hatred cap off and say what a great player he is, because that's the only football player my dad knows, and it's his favourite player ever. But put the hatred hat back on. Go anywhere but Arsenal. Our academy has not really developed anything for 40 years.
Do you think Kim would have left if he didn't have all those injuries issues?
No, I think King would have stayed even without his injury issues, because he was loyal in that sense. I still say the partnership of Woodgate and King was great for quite some time, because those two had an understanding where they needed to be.
What I heard you guys discussing Mason Greenwood, right? And I want to ask this question because I've got lots of thoughts on this. Why is it some people are? I know Corey, you said you'd take him. I would take Mason Greenwood too, right? I want to ask the people who said no. Why is it? Because he was never charged, right, with what happened. On top of that, he's with the current woman, and he's just had a second child. Maybe I think within the last year, he's had a second child with her. So why are we sitting here saying no, because this happened, right? When it's their life and they're living it, and they seem to be happy because they've just had more children. So why are we making judgment on his decision with his partner?
It's Joe. What, Danny? It isn't me making judgment on his partner. It's the absolute crap that it will bring to our club that I don't want. That's what it is. It's nothing.
But
yes, it will. Look how much. Yeah, because look how much what happened with De Zerbi.
And what's happened now? What's happening now with it, Mia?
Yeah, because people settle down with it. But the fact is, with a player, it's different. He's going to be getting booed on the pitch. Other teams, when he goes to other teams, it's going to be like, let's be honest, Danny. Look at what happened to David Beckham how long it took for everyone to settle down after that. People were putting effigies of him out and burning them. Like I say, I'm a massive Beckham fan, so.
I still stick with Beckham on that one. I'm sorry, but a certain player dived over his foot.
Just one second, mate. Look, the thing is, right, Mia, this happens to footballers over the last 30, 40 years, right? Look what happened with Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs basically, he fucked his brother's wife, right? John Terry. Look at what John Terry did. Teammates, right? Do you think the fans give a shit about any of this? They don't care as long as their club is winning games of football. They could not care less. And I get the sentiment, and I know what you're saying, Mia, right? But the thing is, people forget very quickly in football. That's what football is like.
But
it's a very quick thing to forget about.
But I think with this,
came to Spurs. I just saying, Mason Greenwood came to Spurs and started banging in goals. Do you really think Spurs fans are going to sit there, or other fans are going to continuously boo him? I don't think so. They won't.
I think they would. Like I say, look how vicious the fans. But look how vicious the fans were with Bex for years, man. Years. People don't, with certain things, certain things like this, because of what happened and the way it transpired with that tape, I think other fans, it ain't just about the Spurs fans, it's about other fans as well. Like, it would be horrendous. Like, I don't want that for our club, Danny, man. Like, the thing is when Partey went, everyone said, they all kept it hush hush because they knew what was coming out. They quickly outed him because Arteta knew that the shit that he would get if he played for Arsenal, having this high profile case, it would be terrible for them, man. And that's not what you want. Like,
the difference is, Mia, he was charged.
I understand.
Mason wasn't charged.
I understand, but in people's minds,
sexual assault with Partey, multiple counts, whereas Mason Greenwood wasn't charged, right? So there's a big difference. And the fact I know what you're saying. I completely get what you're saying. For me, I just think football fans are too fickle, right? They flip flop like no tomorrow. Every football fan does it, right? That's what they are, because that's what happens. It takes one little thing to flip flop, right? Just like, where's all those stupid Spurs groups that are like, oh, no to Mason, no to De Zerbi? Where are they now? They're sitting there cheering because we're about to stay in the Premier League, right? They're just flip flops. They're all fucking flip flops, Mia. So as soon as one thing starts happening, they will forget about it, right? And look what happened to Kurt Zouma, right? For a little bit of time, everyone was booing him, and then it stopped, because that's what happens in football. Something else happens. It's life. Something new happens. The attention is taken away from that, and something else happens. That is just the essence of football, the essence of life. As soon as something new happens, that's where the focus goes on. And I guarantee you, something new will happen. Like, imagine if Man City get deducted points. That'll be the next thing that people focus on. Like, in games of football, people will be booing them in the matches, and then it'll be something else that happens, then something else that happens. It's just how life is.
Snowball effect.
It's exactly it. For me, I think it's absolutely ridiculous if fans are sitting there and making judgment on something like this, right?
Oh, Dan, I've got another one for this one: the window theory effect.
For me, I'll just say it. I'm going to say it out here. If Mason Greenwood came to Spurs, I'd like it, because I think he's a top player, top young player. I think he's better than most of the players we've got, to be honest.
I'm just speaking as
I'll
a
agree with
father, as a dad myself. I wouldn't want, even if he's been found not guilty, the recording don't lie.
I'm
I'm
100%
most of it's in the parents, you know, but you've got to put that to the side and look at the player. Football is a very fleeting thing. These guys are only in it for about 15 years before they retire. I mean, I know he's changed his allegiance to play for Jamaica or whatever it is now, but at the end of the day, the quality of the player outshines anything that we've got.
Do you think?
And
do you
even
think
does
Man United fans were booing Ryan Giggs when he was winning title after title after title for them? Do you think Chelsea fans were booing John Terry when he was winning title after title after title? No,
the Ryan Giggs
they weren't.
one. A lot of that came out after he'd.
I remember speaking to Chelsea fans. What about Marcus Alonso, who ran over someone, killed someone? Where was that? Where was the Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, this guy actually killed someone," and we're sitting here and we're talking like this? For me personally, I just think too many people focus on the negatives. I believe in second chances, right? Because I've seen how people's lives can change, right, and certain things, and people make mistakes, right? And the fact is, she is with him, and they've had a second child recently. So clearly, things must be going all right if they decide more children together.
As I say, I just don't think it's just about that, Danny. I think it's like the fact is that's their life, but it's obviously what's going to occur. Look at with Alonso, opposite the of opposing fans were saying stuff for him for years about him killing someone. Every time he was playing, man, there was so many times you heard him getting chanted at about killing somebody. So like it ain't just about our fans.
It doesn't matter though. Like I said, Mia, as soon as something new happens, that's where the focus goes on. It's just how football fans are. Unfortunately, it's how life is. It's like the news, right? It's like the news. When you hear something on the news, like an accident or something that's happened, right? You'll think about it for the moment. You'll think about it for that time that it's on the news until the next piece of news comes on, or the next natural disaster, or the next issue that's happened in another country, right? It's just how life is. That is.
I don't think that's true, but I don't think that's true for football fans. Hold on a sec. Listen, hold up. How many times have we seen footballers who still get chants about them when they've done something? Like football fans are different. Like they do forget for a little bit more. They might not be as intense, but I just don't want that at my club, man. Like I just don't want that at the club. I just don't think
that wants to bring him in, are you going to go against what he wants? If that's what the
if he wants him, I would just be like, listen, that's not like saying I get a say over, but I wouldn't like it. No, I wouldn't like it, but it's not my choice to make.
Fair enough.
He probably won't even want to come back to England anyway, with all the abuse he's got over here.
That's the only thing that I would think if Tottenham were to go for him, I think that'd be one of the things that might stop him, is because of how the media is in this country, in the UK, sorry. But I would take him as a player because I think he'd add so much more to than what we've got right now.
Interesting takes from everyone, I've got to say. I want to move on from Mason Greenwood. I thought I'd just let you all have your say on it because it is interesting conversation, and it's this channel's about the different opinions and thoughts that people have over it. So I just want to say well done to you two, because I think that's how you both come across in your different way. I totally understand where you're both coming from, I've got to say. We'll change the subject. I wanted to talk about, I was listening to a conversation last night. I'm sure it was on the Spurs 5. I was listening to it. To do with, would you have Kinski as your goalkeeper next season? Whether it be staying up or going down, and what people's thoughts were on, would you bring another goalkeeper in to back him up if that was the case, or would you stick with Brandon Austin? You know, I just wondered what people's thoughts were on that situation.
Mine is keep Kinski in goal for the rest of this season, right? And then in the summer, I don't know. It depends what Deserby thinks of him, really. So, but I think he's deserved his right to stay in goal this season. Just the simple fact of the turnaround he's had from that Atletico first leg. You know, a lot of players would have just crumbled and you wouldn't have seen him again. But he's come back and he's been in sticks. And like I said the other day, that save in the last minute against Wolves, you know, that could have been the difference between 3 points and just one. So, and by that fact, we'd still be in the relegation zone. So, you know, yeah, stick with him for the rest of the season. I don't want to see Vicario near the team for the rest of the season. He's made too many. He's constantly made errors all season for the last 2 years. So I don't want to see Vicario anywhere near. But it just depends what De Zerbi wants, will it? Because there's been a lot of reports about other goalkeepers coming in next season, so I don't know. But
yeah.
Well, in the last 3 or 4 days, we've been linked with
Everyone.
Tongham at Brighton, which I rate highly as a young goalkeeper. Also been linked to James Trafford for some reason, which I cannot understand because the kid just isn't that good. Kinksky for me brings a lot of what Vic doesn't. He's quick and tidy on the ball. He can find a pass. He commands his box a bit better than Vicario, but Vicario for me is still an elite shot stopper. He's made howlers, but then every goalkeeper does. But I've done my bit of defending Vicario for so long now that I'm just like, you can leave if you're homesick, go. We don't need you around here anymore, kind of thing. For me in the summer, there's probably a list of about 5 goalkeepers I would look at.
Robin Roos at Sunderland, Corey.
Oh yeah, the Sunderland.
He's another interesting cat and goal as well. I mean, he's made some incredible stops this season for Sunderland. That's what's probably kept them going in the league, because he has literally saved them points on an average. I think it's 15 points this season. There's a young German goalkeeper called Simons that I like, that plays Wolfsburg or something like that. I can't quite remember. There's a young French goalkeeper that plays at Lyon that I like. And yeah, there's really good young goalkeepers out there when you're looking. And then even experienced goalkeepers, there may be a few out there we could probably price to bring to our club. But my number one pick would be Bart at Brighton, because the kid's incredible with his feet. He's a great shot stopper. And the fans will gravitate to that as well, because he's a very good young goalkeeper.
So you'd have Bart come in as the main man and have Kinski behind him.
And I have Kinski behind him. Then I'd just say, thanks, Brandon. But, you know, I feel sorry for Austin in all this, because he come in, he had that game against Newcastle after how many years of being a servant for us, got man of the match, and then we go out and get Kinski. But Kinski, like I said, he's got a lot to his game that Vicario doesn't. But Vicario is an elite shot stopper. But Vicario's footwork, his passing range, his lack of command in the area is just shocking for a professional goalkeeper now.
Anyone else want to comment on that about Kinski?
I think we need two goalkeepers, 2 top goalkeepers, and I wouldn't trust Kinski to be number 1 all season. I think we need a number 1 and for someone for Kinski to learn off, really. So I'd always I'll try and sign a new goalkeeper in the summer.
Don't get Yanel back. Give me him.
That would be a fun.
Anyone else?
Something off like that.
I wonder though, because he's had a taste of playing, I wonder if Kinski will want to stay if he's going to play second fiddle again. Because if we ain't got many games to play, I'm wondering if he really would want to stay.
That's an interesting take as well. Yeah, I'm like, do you know what? The way I look at it is that, how do we explain it? He came in against, and in that Atletico game, the first leg, we sat here and we was on the watch along doing the game, and the first thing that Nige said when we were talking about it afterwards was that it's going to take some player to come back from that disastrous 15 minutes in his career, right? And when he was called back into the team, whatever it was, 3 or 4 weeks later, because of Vicario's injury, I think that kid, right, and I've got to say it, and I have said it on here before, but I think he showed the biggest balls, right, to come back from it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people would have never been seen again. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I mean-
They would have just disappeared off the face of the earth. But
that Liverpool goalkeeper, that howler against Real Madrid, you know, he was gone, and then he was never seen in any top league again, was he? So Karius.
Yeah,
I remember that absolute clanger he dropped in the net against Madrid, and I'm sat there like, he's a goalkeeper. Okay,
he got some grapefruits on him. I'll give him that.
I just think this kid's, you know, he looks like he can play football with his feet, which what a lot of managers want nowadays. And don't get me wrong, he'll make the odd mistake. Do you know what I mean?
Every keeper does. Every top flight keeper makes mistakes.
I think he'll be all right, you know. I do. I just think he's just shown he's, like Mark said, he's got the grapefruits, you know, and to come back from what he did in that, you know, and got took off as well, you know, in front of whatever it was, 70,000 people fucking
That's
laughing
without
at
the world watching as well. So, you know, you're looking at probably close to 1 million people watching that.
Man. And I just think he's done all right since he's come back. Well, he's done more than all right. That save against Wolves, I thought it was spectacular, personally.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, as a goalkeeper, you've always got to be ready, because most teams have 4 goalkeepers, and you've always got to be ready as a goalkeeper, because if an injury to number 1 comes along and you're number 2, you want to make sure you're above number 1 when you're coming in.
Yeah,
you know, I can vouch for that one, because I had to fight and claw as a youth player, and then once the kid got injured, that's when I took his spot, and then he was never seen in the first team again. So yeah, I mean, these keepers have to step up, because the spaces for goalkeepers across world football is a fraction of the percentage of outfield players. I think it's 2.5% across the world for goalkeepers, whereas the outfield players take up the other 80 some odd or 90 some odd percent of outfield playing positions.
Yeah.
And then goalkeepers are a breed in their own. It's like I said, it takes a crazy person to play in goal, but then you have to be agile, quick, good with your feet, everything in modern football that 25, 30 years ago, when it was Peter Schmeichel, David Seaman, Oliver Kahn, Buffon, those guys didn't play with their feet, did they? So goalkeeping's moved and evolved on from the old-fashioned sort of style that I love, but there are a lot of very good, young, especially young goalkeepers in other leagues that could come into our team and actually improve us. But then Kinksky, I feel, is just miles better with his feet than what Vicario is.
Yeah.
And it's actually helped us out in quite a few games, especially that Wolves one where he put the ball over into midfield, which set the attack up towards the goal. Things at 30, 40 yards, and then can't remember who controlled that ball out of the air, and then the ball was played forward and we scored. You know, it's just one of those things that Kinksky's level of vision is better than Vicario's, but Vicario's shot stopping is up there with some of them in the Premier League and in world football.
Even Vicario's shot stopping ain't great. It's always pushing it in danger area and stuff. Like, even the goal we could see that Liverpool, the free kick, should have easily been a save, and he pushes it into the net, isn't it? So I don't think his shot stopping's good, but it's not up the level to some of the top goalkeepers in the world.
I mean, it's still thought of to be in the Italian team. You can't not be an Italian international and not have something about you.
But this has got to be the worst Italian side ever, and the number 1 is the Donnarumma.
And he never starts for Italy. He's always on the bench. What's that tell you?
Sorry, my phone froze for a second. I've got Donnarumma and my phone froze.
So
Vicario never starts for Italy, though, does he?
Well, he has done previously, because Donnarumma had a bit of that foul up last season when playing for PSG. He's had a few games playing for Italy this season as well over Donnarumma, but those two, you know, Donnarumma is the elite goalkeeper, isn't he? Out of Italy. There aren't that many good Italian goalkeepers around at the minute. I mean, I'd take the guy from Roma, the goalkeeper there. He's a bit hot, but whether he'd leave Roma, I don't know.
Who's their goalkeeper?
Can I just can I just say something to that Dietrich in the chat?
Yeah.
Dietrich Morgan, because he liked to call me names, which I don't have a problem with. I couldn't care less. But it's just the point that he says about cheering on people who have made mistakes, right? The truth is, fans couldn't care less about what actually happens, because football fans, the vast majority of football fans, don't care about what happens with players, don't care about what their lives are, don't care about who runs the club. They don't care. All they care about is going to a football match and seeing their team win. That's what fans want to see. And that's the prime example of that is Spurs. Because for 25 years, we've had owners who couldn't care less about this football club. Yet when you go to a match day, right, just like Cookie did recently, right, no, he couldn't believe that no one was pissed off in the ground because of the state of this football club, right? And he had to leave a game of football because of it, right? And it's the same for me. I've had to leave a game of football because of how bad it is, right? Because the truth is, the average fan, the majority of fans, do not give a shit about if someone was alleged to abuse someone, if someone alleged to rape someone, if someone slept with their brother's their brother's wife, or what the owners do. Because if people really want to delve into what about human rights, then every single Premier League owner should not be an owner of a football club, to be honest with you. Because every single owner has done things to affect thousands more people than what one person has done. So don't talk to me about bloody human rights, because go and look at what Joe Lewis has done. Go and look at what the Man City.
I was about to say what Joe Lewis did in the 90s, mate. Didn't he crash a certain market to make things a little bit worse for everyone?
It's what the PIF fund have done. It's what the Glazers have done. It's what the Cronkies have done, mate. None of these owners, these billionaires, are clean. None of them. So I don't want to hear that people care about this shit, because people don't. Because as a football fan, right, the most fans that I speak to, they don't even know like who's on the board. They don't even know like who's running the football club, who's the staff, who's the young players. All they know is I'm going to a football match. I want to drink beer and I want to see my team win. That's all they give a shit about. Yep. And that's the truth of it.
You want to talk about the owners that aren't squeaky clean? Just look at Forrest and Mariakis, for instance.
Oh, mate, he is an absolute... Yep. He's mafia, mate. He's mafia. He's Greek mafia, Marinakis.
Well, look at Morgan Gibbs White's face when he...
well, look at
I feel like that interview, his dog was being held captive. Say the line, Morgan, or the dog gets it.
Who's the
I'm happy to stay at Forest.
Juventus owners, or AC Milan owners? Wasn't it the president or something of?
What about Juventus when they got moved right down to Serie D for match fixing and not having money and then Juventus come straight back up after 3 seasons, and then everything was forgotten. But Juve were made prime example of it. But when you look at Man City, do you think our league or our owners, the FA, would do something like that to Man City like Juventus? I don't think they ever would, because Man City bring in, unfortunately, too much money for the league for people to watch. But then smaller clubs like Everton and Forest get hit quicker than a whore turning a trick. You know, I've said that a lot.
Man City aren't getting charged. They're gonna get away.
I don't care. Whatever happens to Forest, let it happen to them, because Marinakis can flipping do one. Absolute twat bag.
Say the line, Morgan.
Yeah, say it, and say it how I told you to say it. They probably practiced beforehand. I love
Make
the Marinakis.
75 now, Morgan. Look sadder.
Marinakis probably played Robert Sanchez.
Can I say one thing? Did anyone see Wolfie's face yesterday after Villa?
Yes.
It was brilliant.
No, I didn't.
It was brilliant. I was trolling him in his chat.
I was watching it. I was watching the football and watching his face as the goals kept going in. It was hilarious.
So it was brilliant.
Was anyone surprised that Villa battered them yesterday?
No,
or
I thought they were going to win. I didn't think I was surprised. I didn't think they would batter them, but they humiliated them.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously it's all right for my bro. She's a Villa fan. All I got yesterday was, see, we're not that bad. I'm like, I know you weren't that bad, but
as good as Villa were, Forest were shocking.
Oh, they got bad.
They were.
They got bad. I watched most of the game. And
did you hear the manager at the end? Oh, we've got injuries to this player and that player. Oh, like every other team's got injuries, mate, but you're going to use the injuries as an excuse.
Yeah, I'd like to see Marinakis now. We always win, yeah? We always win. Where are you now, Mr. Marinakis? Knobhead.
I just want to counteract that and say 37 injuries this season, Mr. Marinakis. I'm just saying. Come on now.
Did you anyone see Morgan Gibbs White's face on the bench?
that was probably the best picture of the night. There's just
I mean, he's see, obviously he had that head collision with the Chelsea guy, didn't he, at the weekend?
Yeah.
He had like a massive dent in his head or something.
He looks like Frankenstein.
It comes right down there, doesn't it? Down his Uter.
I don't know what he was doing on the bench. If he's not fit enough to play, he shouldn't have even been on the bench. It's bizarre.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to play because of the concussion thing, would he?
No, I think they said he didn't have concussion, but obviously it's the pain because he's got 2 black eyes, and that big stitch in his head. If it gets cut open when he plays, that could be dangerous. The stitches, they've got to be careful, innit? If the stitches popping open.
Got that Valverde's thing going on in Madrid at the moment. Him and his teammate, like he's out for 14 days with a severe concussion because of an argument between 2 players.
Do you know what's funny? It's funny how the Morgan Gibbs White not playing made a massive difference. It's funny that when one of your key players doesn't play, you completely change your performance. But people don't talk. Do you know what? I want to talk about what De Zerbi said in his presser yesterday. I think it was brilliant that he was saying how when Forest played Chelsea, they made more changes, yet they still beat Chelsea. But when it's us, no one says anything. And we've had like basically none of our first team players, our best first team players, well, attackers anyway.
What I've got to love is that Chelsea
season.
mug. That Chelsea mug that's got like, Villa throwing the league, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I left a comment on that guy's page, and you're so deluded, mate, as a football fan. You can call yourself that.
Danny, when you're saying about that a minute ago, it's because there's a vendetta against Spurs. Everyone wants Spurs to go down. Everyone's praying for it to happen.
It's true. It's true.
Like, because it's a so-called big club getting relegated, not just that everyone hates Spurs as it is, but because it's a so-called big club going down, we'd be the same as Arsenal going down.
It's like it'll be a media like dreamland for the media because for them to be able to write headlines of a team like Tottenham getting relegated will be like news around the world.
Yeah, let's get it straight. Yeah, if us going down would be a bigger news story than them lot down the road winning the league. That's what it would be. We would be a bigger story.
Definitely.
That's a joke. It's an absolute joke that that's the case.
And that's why a lot of Arsenal fans don't want us to go down because that's what they're worried about. They're worried about.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say this. I want West Ham to go down. They don't pay nothing for their stadium apart from the rent, and they got given it from them to nothing. So screw them. Hope they get relegated. They're already 200 million in debt anyway. So to see them get hit again and then potentially folding as a club, I'd love it.
What do you guys think about West Ham Arsenal game?
I want Arsenal to win.
I want to draw.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan that day.
I want to stay in the Premier League at all costs.
Do you know what? I was at first. I was saying that I wanted Arsenal to win, right? But now I actually would take a draw because I think we still have enough in us. Well, I've been saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I think we're not losing another game of football this season, and I think we'll still have enough points to stay up. I think we're beating Leeds on Monday night, and I think there's a chance we beat Chelsea as well.
By the way, Chelsea are playing at the moment, mate. I don't think they've won in 9 games, have they?
Yeah, but it's
Tottenham,
mate.
They'll turn up against
They always turn up against Spurs.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the relegation thing? Right, listen, hear me out. I want West Ham to stay up and Millwall to come up because that will be one hell of a match to watch. And also, if we win, we're actually pretty close to Mr. Marinakis' team. And if they end up getting drawn into it and they go down, that'd be so much more funnier than anything else.
I agree with you there. I actually would rather Forest go down. Also, just to see Wolfie's smug face just change. It'll be the best thing. It'll make my season.
Forest only need a point though, don't they?
Is it only a point they need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they only need a point to stay up.
Yeah, so they're
going to get a point one of their games.
We only need 4 points to stay up technically. And then goal difference.
If West Ham lose to Arsenal, we beat Leeds.
Even if they draw, and we win. If they draw and we win, how many points do we need?
We need 2 in front already.
Yeah, so we'll need 3 more points to secure it.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, 3 more points, yeah.
Do you know what my worst fear is, though? West Ham beat Arsenal, right? Yeah. We beat Leeds. They beat Newcastle. We have to go to Chelsea and win.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
That's the only thing I am worried about. Is if somehow the stars align and that happens, I don't want to be going to Chelsea relying on us having to win because we all know what's going to happen.
Could you imagine Gallagher going to Stamford Bridge and scoring the winner for Spurs? Like Gallagher going to Stamford Bridge and scoring the winner. That'd be, and then kissing the Spurs badge. Oh, that'd be the best.
That reminds me of what Alan Smith did back in the day. You know, I'd never signed for Man United. Me, and a season Leeds go down. He goes to Man United. And he's kissing the Man United badge.
Adebayor scoring for City against Arsenal, running the legs.
That's what I was just about to say. He needs to do an Adebayor, man. Just run over to the fans.
On that game, he's getting a lot of abuse apparently, and he's the Arsenal fans were singing about his family and all sorts and stuff. So he was like, that's why he done it. Like,
if the same thing happened to Gallagher, I guarantee he'd celebrate in a way that is like pissed the Chelsea fans off.
Adebayor style. That'd be wicked, man.
That'd be amazing. Like, but yeah, I think as much as I think I'd rather Arsenal win. To be honest with you, now looking at it, I'd rather West Ham draw because I still think we've got enough in us to get the results that we need. Whether it's a win against Chelsea or Everton, I think we beat one of them as well.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. A draw is perfect, and a draw would be perfect. And also, I want it to be really like hard for Arsenal. I want them to have flappy moments where they're like being. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be like that for them, man. I don't want it to be easy for them. So letting them win it will be too easy.
Right.
If they blow away West Ham, right, it will show the change of Arsenal because West Ham is always the team they fuck up against most of the time, right? So
they've done it a couple of years, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. So it would be a massive for them, a mental thing, and just a touch as well. On I think if you look at the Champions League final, you've got the two best teams in Europe, the best defensive team and the best attacking team. So in that game, you're going to see who's got the better of the two.
Danny, I've got to say something, guys. PSG have proven everybody that they could do both sides of the game. So
yeah, of course they can. I think PSG have won the final anyway. And then I can't wait to see the Arsenal fans cry like little bitches.
No, and I want them to get spanked as well. I hope they flipping well spank them, not just a little bit. I want it to be an absolute demolition.
4-0 kind of thing.
Yeah, mate. And Joe, what? I want them to take the piss as well. I want them to do some mad goals just to take the absolute piss.
Like a 30-yarder or Kvaratskhelia beats two of their defenders, turns him inside out, scores the top bins.
Seeing Gabriel cry, I can't wait for Scabby to cry.
Seeing Dembele scored a perfect hat-trick, left foot, right foot header.
I don't care how they win, as long as they beat Arsenal, right, and watch those lot cry. And then they lose the title as well. It'll just be the best, and we stay up. That'll be a good season.
Sorry, do you know what I saw yesterday? Right, you know what I saw yesterday? Yeah, is someone put up about the booking of the hotels thing and the cancellation stuff. I said, and someone would put, why are you worrying about hotels, man? You'll be on the plane home at half time.
Did you see what Tottenham fan did?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not hotels.
He got the booking confirmation number from the guy leaving it on his post, and when cancelled it, the guy had to go back and rebook it at a higher price. Touch.
Wait, what happened?
So an Arsenal fan booked his hotel a few weeks back, right, and thinking that they were going to get there. So Tottenham fan on this guy's post, because he left the booking detail login thing. So like, the guy was going, if you want to get a cheap hotel, go here. So the guy's got his confirmation and somehow cancelled his booking. And the Arsenal fans had to go back in and get the same booking but a higher price.
Oh, that's funny. That's great touch.
Brilliant, isn't it? Absolute shithousery from the fans there. So
morning, Lubo.
Morning, guys.
Always come to defend his boy Gray.
Well, I told you, Corey. Very surprised at you, mate. Very surprised. You can't remember how many players. I'm surprised at what you say about him. Number one, he's got more pressure on him because of his family, not less, and because expectations are going to be so high. And secondly, name me another 18, 19-year-old kid who's played in 7 different positions in a Premier League football club, in a shit show with tactics, in teams that are decimated by injury. It's not quite as simple as bringing Foden into a well-oiled machine that Man City have got, you know, with 10 brilliant professionals there, and the guy just slots in. So I think there's so much context involved here, and I think the guy's going to be an absolute star, and obviously De Zerbi thinks so as well. So
I agree with Lubo, because in terms of like I think we all can agree that he's not ready for first team football right now, right?
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not in the first 11 with everybody fit for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I think but people to say loan him out, right? For me, I don't agree with, purely because if you're gonna start build, all right. So like if you're gonna build a squad, right, you need to obviously stay up in the division, which we will, and see what happens in the summer. But I think you've got to get rid of the players that we actually don't want right now, right? And players like Bergvall and Archie Gray, they are really good to have in your squad because they can offer you something, right, as youngsters. But you need to have some young players in the squad, right? Because you cannot have a squad full of 22 senior pros, right? Where you're not, especially when you've got only one game a week and you've got no European football, right? It's impossible. You're not going to keep everyone happy. And one of the biggest things, if you're trying to build a team ethos and a squad that's going to compete at a higher level, you need to keep everyone as happy as possible. And the only way to do that is you need to have a bit of balance, right? So you need to have senior pros on the bench and on the team, but you've got to have a couple of youngsters in there to sprinkle along with those senior pros. And players like Archie Gray, for me, and Bergvall are the only ones I want to keep. Everyone else, they can piss off. Sarr can be sold. I don't care about Sarr. All of those people I don't care about. So I would rather keep them two, just because it's clear that the manager likes them because they offer something. And it's clear, like Mia said earlier, that there are clubs that want these players. Like in the January window, Chelsea and Villa wanted Bergvall. So like it's clearly these players have got something. They're just not ready to be put in and relied upon as the first teamer. Sure. They have to be. Yeah, go on, Leroy.
I'll just say that I think he'll cut his squad back a little bit for next year because we've got no Europe. I don't see he's got a choice. You think about it at the moment. You look at the centre backs. I think we've got, with Vuskovic coming back, I think we've got something like 9 centre backs. It's ridiculous. So Romero will go, Dragerson will go. I would expect Davis, because I consider him. He's played there a few times last 2 years. Yeah, Davis is 3. Dorrington is 4. I would think he'll probably, although I thought I was impressed with him, thinking about it, I think he'll hold Byfield back. He'll keep him in the under-21s, so he's there just in case of a big injury.
I don't know about Dorrington. I think they'll keep him just for the homegrown quota. He'll hang him around, but I think
Phillips. What are you going to do with Phillips? That's the other one.
Phillips. It's a hard one because before we bought him, there was a player there.
I will say, and I've said it a few times, I've been to watch Phillips a few times this season. Right, my boy lives down near Stokes ground.
Yeah,
and we've been a few times, and he turned into a man, mate.
Yeah,
right? I ain't kidding. You know when obviously Stokes a smaller ground, it don't settle right out, and there are periods when it's quiet, right, during the game. And my God, you could hear that kid directing people, talking to his defence. No shyness in him no more. Gets stuck in, and does his job properly or to the best of his ability. And do you know what? I would have him in our squad next season as one of the centre backs, because I think he's going to be that kid that does climb that ladder. Yeah, he doesn't stall at a championship club. I think he's got it in him to play at a higher level.
Like I said before we brought him, there was a player in Phillips when he was younger. There was a player there as well, because like I said, watched a lot of different leagues, a lot of different young players. We brought him in with the expectations for him to be straight into the first team, didn't we?
Yes.
And then
I think
maybe he wasn't up to the scratch of what other managers saw in him, but maybe De Zerbi may see something in him and give him a chance.
Yeah.
There is something there in Phillips, whereas Dragerson, we brought him off the back of being, Italian defender of the season. He comes in, has a few games injured, and then he's just not really settled into the team properly, has he? Not really had a proper run of games. We haven't really seen his qualities of what he was when he was in Italy. But then we had Romero, the same thing, was defender of the year in Italy. We buy him, and he's just been a massive calamity, a disappointment, I feel, Romero.
I think football-wise, there's a real juxtaposition with Romero, because he's ability-wise superb, temperament-wise leaves a lot to be desired, and I think that's been the problem.
Yeah,
that's been the problem. In temperament and mentality has not matched his ability, and for me, that's shown up more this year. Listen, Barcelona can be in talks to sign whoever they want. Vuskovic is a Spurs player till 2030, I think.
2030, 2031, something like that.
Yeah.
Can money talk?
7-year contract.
Can money talk? Whether he's under contract or not, can money talk? Could Barcelona, pull him away from Spurs with the right bid? And what sort of bid would that be, considering he's not played first team football as such in the Premier League for Spurs?
I don't think those teams can afford what Spurs would want for him right now.
Barcelona, the only team in Spain that really has the money is Madrid.
Yeah.
Barcelona, we all know for the last 10 years have really struggled financially to even sign players. I mean, they took they took what's his name out on loan to Man United this year, and he's actually been all right. They want to try and keep him, but Man United are thinking about either bringing him back and selling him on. Barcelona have really struggled for financial situation over the last 10 years, but like I said, La Masia always has this knack of finding the next big thing. They got that Powell Shalabele or Chulabili, whatever his name is, the centre back, who's really good. Chalbassi, that's it. Chalbassi, what an absolute gem of a defender he is. And then they just churn out quality midfielder after quality midfielder year in and year out, Barcelona, through their academy. So they don't have the problems having to sign anyone, because they can rely on their academy and their youth setup, because there are some very good young players coming through again.
Do we think Van der Ven staying next? Sorry, do we think Van der Ven staying next season?
Van der Ven will be here next season. Van der Ven, I've heard, loves it under De Zerbi. Absolutely.
So would you have Van der Ven and Vuskovic as our central partner?
I'm going to go as far as saying Van der Ven will sign a contract in the summer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he will.
A contract with Liverpool.
No. I think he wants. I think Van der Ven loves Spurs, right? I genuinely believe he loves Spurs. It's just that he doesn't show the type of the kind of flip-floppery that Romero has shown over the years. And I think if there's going to be one of them that's going to go, they're going to get rid of Romero, because I think he's been trying to get out of this club for a long time. And I think Van der Ven, with the right players around him, got the right attitude, right? He will excel. And the problem is Romero is a bad egg, and he is affecting a lot of those players because of his attitude towards application in the game, like Lubo said.
Yeah,
look at him. Every season for the last 4 years we've had him, he always gets sent off around Christmas time, doesn't he? So we missed 4 games on Christmas, I feel like.
He went 2 years without a sending off.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
Yeah. He went 2 years.
It's no coincidence, is it, that our upturning forms happened since Romero's got injured, right?
Yep.
But then saying that, there was one point where we actually lost more games without Romero and with Van der Ven. So actually, that goes the opposite of what you're saying. I'm not agreeing that Romero's been consistent at all. But what I will say is that everybody jumps on Romero for things that are actually factually incorrect. So I would just like to correct you on that.
Oh, you're saying that because you're the eye candy for him.
Listen, I've got my brother bought me a scarf with his face on. It's right by my bed. Don't you worry. It's over my bed.
Now we know the secret.
Yeah. I was going to say, Mia's in with Romero. She's in the Romero. He does get suspended a lot, Mia, though, doesn't he? Let's be fair.
I wouldn't mind suspend. I mean, yeah, no, he does. He does, and I'm not defending him as a footballer. Like I did say, like I will criticise him for his footballing. Like he hasn't been consistent, but I do think people jump on him a lot more. Like we've seen cards that should be red cards that we know if it was Romero, they would be given against him because his reputation does precede him. But it's not fair because that's not the rules. So it's not always a fair way that he's dealt with.
It's not fair. I agree with that, Mia. But the problem is he doesn't help himself.
No, he doesn't, Danny. I agree.
That's the problem, and I think like this season for me was the last straw on Romero. Like I've seen a player who unfortunately cannot give 100% all the time, and if you want to be in a team that's going to be competitive at the highest level, you need someone who's going to be. Look at Toby and Jan. When did they ever have games where they were bad? Like it was very, very rare, or they had one moment in a rare occasion.
Another level up, Danny. Another level up, mates. That's I
know, but this is the whole point, Lubo. It's like what I'm saying is that Romero, every game, he's going to do something. Every game, like it's not even just every couple of games. He's going to do something stupid every game.
I think in terms of the comment on here, I've got a seat fairly high. And you can see Romero's on the ball, and there were no runs coming from forward players. Yeah. No one's giving him an option. Now, if you're on the ball and you've got time, and you're not being pressed, and you're holding it, and you're waiting to give a pass, and you're waiting for someone to give you a run, and that run doesn't come, what do? You don't just boot it and hope that maybe Solanke or Richie will beat the centre back to the ball, and turn it into a 50-50 or a 40-60 race. You've got to hold the ball and you've got to wait. And unfortunately, yes, that has been levelled at Romero, that he holds the ball too long and it slows everything down. We're not seeing that now, I don't think, with De Zerbi. He will play a completely different style of football next season when he gets his players.
And it could be that Romero likes it.
If Lubo he gets his players.
He'll get his players. If he doesn't get his players...
Yeah,
I reckon he'll walk.
And
that's why I think Lang will go, because De Zerbi won't put up with his shit.
Can't believe Lang's still here, Ian, even now.
I think the other thing, and a friend pointed out to me yesterday, because I've got someone at the door, just to say that Lang was also kiboshed by Levy on transfers for the last year and a half, so that also has to be taken into account. But the guys should go. Guys, that's great. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Ian. We'll see you then.
Cheers, Lubo. Get over to Spurs 5, everybody.
Hang on a minute.
This is our show.
Hang on, Anthony.
Get over to Lubo on the Spurs 5, everybody. Not that you need to, because you're probably all subscribed anyway, but cheers, Lubo. We look forward to it.
Appreciate it, Lubo.
Right, continue, Anthony.
Go on,
Anthony. I was just about to say, I've got to go as well, but take it easy. Thanks for let me come on again.
No worries, Anthony. We'll see you soon, mate. Make sure you get over to Tottenham Therapy, Anthony's channel. Give him a sub over there. He's got stuff out nearly every day, I think, Anthony, isn't you? So cool. Get over there and give him a sub.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.
Mate. See you soon.
Big up, Anthony.
Cheers. Thanks. Big up.
So, same team for everyone on Monday as long as everyone's fit, or would anyone make any changes?
Don't make any changes until the end of the season.
No.
Do not change this team.
If they're available, if they're all available, same lot. Run them into the ground. There's only 3 games left.
Exactly.
Yep, I'm with that as well. Don't change anything. Why fix it when it ain't broken, as they say?
Can I just ask you guys a question? Like when you're talking about Ashley Phillips, right?
Yeah.
I haven't watched him this season, so I don't know what he's like. I know you discussed a bit about what he's like, Cookie. For me, when you look at these young defenders, right? Like I think we've got a lot of really good young prospect centre backs in our squad. Yeah. Byfield, Phillips, Vuskovic. We've got some really good young talent. The problem is that I have with them coming back to Spurs, right, is that these players are young, and when you're young, you need to play week in, week out. It's the only way you develop, right? You cannot develop if you've got Romero and Van der Ven in front of you, because majority of the time you're not going to play, especially in a season where you don't have European football, right? You're going to play even less. So for me, players like Vuskovic, players like Ashley Phillips, right? I would prefer they are loaned out again, because so Phillips, I don't really know too much about, but I can't see, if Romero stays at this football club, I cannot see in a world where Ashley Phillips is going to get ahead over Romero. It's just not going to happen, right? So how often is he going to play? And that will essentially stunt his growth, because you said, Cookie, that he's developed this season, where you hear him shouting and screaming, right? And commanding his team. Now, he ain't going to do that if he comes to Spurs and he's only playing one game every 10, right? Or every 15, because he's not going to have the confidence in himself, right? Which is why, for me, I think these young players need to try and be playing at a higher level. So if Phillips is as good as you say he is, then I would like to see him have a season in the Premier League with someone to see what he can do, right? And Vuskovic, again, I'd like to see him develop more, because with Vuskovic, I've actually watched him a couple times this season in a few different games, and he's good on the ball, right? He's good in the air. He's good from set pieces, but he still has that rawness as a centre back, as a defender. With one-on-ones, he's still not there yet, right? And I've seen him do little mistakes, right? So for me, when Vuskovic at the beginning of this season, he said that he looked at Romero in the preseason. He looked at Romero and Van de Ven, and he said himself that I'm nowhere near their level, right? To me, that shows a very mature, level-headed young man, because he's actually looking at himself and saying, I need to be better to be able to match them, to have a chance to compete with these guys, because I'm nowhere near that level yet. So for me, I don't care what the fans think. It's all about what the player himself thinks and what the manager thinks. And I think the way he looks at it is, I don't think he feels he's ready to make that step to Premier League, which is why he's publicly said that he wants to stay another season to play with his brother as well, right? So, and I think what will happen is, I think he'll sign a contract in the extension in the summer, and I think they'll loan him again for another season, and then we'll see how he develops. Because if he can be even better in the next season, it'll be 19-20 by the season after that. 20, maybe then he might be ready, because then maybe one of Romero or Van de Ven might leave by then. So that's what I think will happen, and I think that we've got to be really careful with these youngsters, especially in the centre back position, because I think that's one of our strongest positions with the youth that we have in our squad.
Yeah, can you see Romero staying then, Danny?
No.
I think there's a possibility. Look, people say no, but everyone was saying that last summer. Oh, he's gone, and look, he signed a new contract. The thing is, look what happened with Morgan Gibbs-White, right? Morgan Gibbs-White, he was a Tottenham player pretty much until Marinakis blackmailed him, and then I love Mr. Marinakis. I mean, players are the same as fans; they flip flop every 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happens, right? Romero today could be right. I'm leaving. Romero tomorrow. Do you know what? I'm staying. I like the Zerbi. That's how it is. That's how life is. So I honestly think that if at the end of the season we stay up, and what's his name? De Zerbi has that chat with Romero. If they like each other and they like what they want to do, and Romero says, "Do you know what? I'm going to stay," but then he goes, "I'm going to need you to be a leader in this squad," and not just I think De Zerbi will be honest with him, and if he doesn't like that, then he'll leave, and if not, he'll stay. So Romero, I think, is the more likely of the two to leave, right? If anyone's going to leave, I don't think Van de Ven's leaving. I don't believe Van de Ven will leave. But if anyone is going to leave, it will be Romero. But I've just got a weird feeling that the players seem to like De Zerbi and his style, and especially next season, if we're going to be especially when you want to play possession football, well, Romero's one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in the league, if we're going to look at his ball-playing ability. And De Zerbi wants players who are good on the ball and who can move the ball quickly and can pick out their man. From what I've seen with De Zerbi's ball already, with the current players, imagine what it'd be like if he had his players. Yeah, I think there's a big chance Romero stays, if I'm honest.
What do you
Guys,
guys?
I've got to jump, guys, because I've got a disco tonight, so I've got to go and sort all my stuff out. But yeah,
No worries,
great.
Steve.
I was going to say, I got to jump off soon as well.
Yeah, we're going to round it up in the next 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
Come on.
can I just make one point? What do you guys think about Spence? Because see me, I'm not really a big fan of Spence. I just think he got the wrong kind of attitude. There's something about his attitude that I just don't really like. I don't think he's a team player, where Romero's a different kind of attitude, where I think Spence isn't a team player, and I don't particularly like that. I would actually would sell Spence, and that might be a bit wild, but I actually think that attitude of not being a team player affects the team.
You know what it is with Spence for me? With Spence for me, it's since he got the England call up, he's become too ahead of himself.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's become such an ego now since he's had that England call up that he thinks he's better than what he is, and he's claiming on his station.
Yeah,
got way too big for his boots, isn't it?
Yeah,
I actually completely agree, Mia. Honestly, I've been thinking this for a while that I actually don't want Spence. I think he's another one. He's a bad egg in the squad.
It's no coincidence, though, is it? Everywhere he's been, like when he went out on loan and stuff, every manager that he played under said he ain't got the right attitude or something. So it's no coincidence.
Well, look at what the best manager we had in recent years in Conte. Look what he said. He didn't want him.
Exactly.
And it's very clear why. And I see exactly what Mir sees. He's not that team player. He really isn't. He only cares for himself.
There you go.
But it's like I said, since the England call up, he's become too big for it.
Yeah,
he's better than what he is.
He hasn't started under De Zerbi, he's always come on under De Zerbi.
Yeah, he's only ever come on. He's not started.
Did he start one game? He started one game. He did.
Was that one where Porro had the minor leg cramp or whatever it was?
Can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Can't remember. Listen, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Sorry to be so sharp on the wrap up, but that time has come, unfortunately.
Is it?
Yeah. We're going to be back tomorrow with the brunch, breakfast brunch, same time, 9:30, and tomorrow evening, 7:00. Mr. Lubin's coming on to talk about his nostalgic Spurs memories and his life as a Spurs fan, with his good friend Mike, who's coming on as well. So that'll be an interesting show, as it was the other week with Ellie and Brian. If you're not doing anything tomorrow night and you're about, hit your notification bell. Come and have a listen, because it's interesting stuff, really interesting stuff. Mark, do you need to say anything else?
Only that I'm not allowed over the pub because I got to do a show.
Right, okay. Say no more. We'll leave that one right there. Big up to everyone who's been on this morning. Mia, do you want to shout your channel out quick?
Tottenham's Lone Wolf, if you don't mind giving me a sub, I would really appreciate it.
There you go. Get over to Mia at Tottenham's Lone Wolf, and obviously Lubo at Spurs 5, who was in earlier. Big up to Corey, to Danny, to Mia, to Steve, obviously to the Sheriff too. Big up to Queen Ellie for promoting the show, as she always does. Big up, Ellie. Really appreciate it. And last word I can say is, as always,
I blame Sheriff.
Come on. Jeez.